Crossover. Oh, killer crossover.
Just crossover. It just crossed him over. Nasty.
Another victim to the crossovers. Cross him up and sit him down.
Crossover is powered by Everlevel Concrete Repair in Omaha at everlevelconcrete.com. Guys.
Hello, Matt.
Hi, how are we? Well,
I'm great. How
What's
are
up?
you?
I'm a little tired. I got to get my energy up a little bit.
Yeah, you
I have
do.
a long day ahead.
Oh, yeah, you
We have
do.
Monster in the fridge. Get a
I
Monster.
have, I got to
think
go.
you already had one.
I'm going to go home. I got to do some laundry, clean up the place, pack a little bit.
Pack.
And then, yeah, I'm
You
going
moving
on
again?
Oh, yeah, is the crossover
Oh.
canceled this week? I forget. Is that this week?
You are crossing over, but you are crossing over with Josh. You're not crossing over with me.
Fascinating.
We call it the Josh
Yes.
over.
Isn't it in his contract that he has to do a crossover?
The J.O.
A lot of things are in my contract.
Josh over.
The Josh. That's what I think of when I think of J.O.
Yeah, everybody's always said that. I love the J.O.
Josh Odson. The
Yeah.
Josh over.
This Friday?
That's Friday.
Friday.
Can you do that, Josh?
Yeah.
Does that work with
Yeah,
your
it's a
schedule?
J.O. Friday.
Hell yes, it is. With a
Are
fun
you?
shirt on.
Why do you keep saying that?
Say what? The
'Cause
Josh over. Josh Odson. J.O.
J.O.
Yeah.
I call him that. It's my nickname for him.
Cool.
Say it every day. J.O.
Yeah, we're just going to have a J.O. sesh on the crossover.
Nice.
So you're going home.
I don't like how you say it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm not a fan. I'm going to Lake Geneva. So you cannot make fun of me
For the
going back
convention?
to
Going to
Chicago.
Switzerland?
No, I'm not going to the Geneva Convention. I am going to Lake Geneva in Wisconsin on a lake.
You're going to go set the hook? Catch the largemouth bass?
Great idea. I probably should bring a rod or two, maybe. But
How do you
then
need multiple rods?
Then I would. Well, what do you mean?
Two
why
rod
you
Matt.
said a rod or two. I feel like you only need one.
Two
No, you
rods,
don't.
one fish.
It depends. You're gonna have different types of rods. You're gonna have a
Some of
shorter
them
rod.
look like bananas.
You can have a longer rod.
Some of them don't.
You can have a Zebco.
Some
you
of them
know?
are weirdly bent.
Yeah.
I have a baby blue Zebco. It's pretty nice. It's like that button skirt. Yes, you cast it out there, or you could have like a regular kind of spool rod.
Sometimes when you talk about things like fishing, you get real Chicago about it.
In what way?
Like his accent, he's just like, "Oh yeah, you know, you get that Zebco, you
Get
go
the
the
Zebco?
baby blue Zebco."
Interesting.
You get it out there. You have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
But I would have to get like a Wisconsin fishing license and a 7-day pass and blah blah blah. Blah, blah, blah. I just don't want to do any of
Are you
that.
doing your golf and your what's
The-
the other thing?
the
you do today?
Ryder
Softball?
Cup.
Are you doing softball today in golf?
Oh, sorry. Today, no, I'm going to do my laundry and then I'm going to go out to Shields. And then Shields is kind of out by where I'm going to be having dinner tonight. So
Oh.
I'll go out there
You
after.
get a pair of shoes so you can show the
I was just gonna
server.
ask.
Maybe I am. Maybe that's my strategy.
You're going to go buy another hat?
Maybe I will buy a hat. We're going to be golfing. I'm due 54 holes in 3 days.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to buy like a pair of shorts or something.
Hmm.
Do you think
know.
maybe you could use all you've learned from the College World Series to grift Shields?
No, I mean, I'm just friends with guys at Shields, but I don't get anything for free from them. Unfortunately, I just know them. They're just nice guys. So then do that, and then after dinner, I'm gonna try and attempt to play softball, but we will see.
It might be a little late.
I might just want to go home.
Understandable.
I might just be like, yeah, I'm good. But today is the
Probably a good
last
idea.
day for softball. It's the last game of the season.
Already?
What will you be doing?
It's June 24th.
That's what
There's
I
still a whole
said.
summer left.
I had no idea.
What a weird league.
I know. I shouldn't have signed up. It was a waste of money. It's $50.
Oh,
How many
waste
games
of
have
I
you
will
gotten to
never
play?
play in the softball
Well, I
league.
got hurt, so I only got to play like 5.
And then the College World Series happened.
Yeah.
Oh, $10 a game. That's
Well, I actually
fine.
did play during the College World Series because my day off was Wednesday.
Matt vacation.
a day off in the College World Series.
Can you imagine?
What are you, Josh
you
Peterson?
got one.
I didn't celebrate it though like you did.
Well, I just did what I would have done on a Wednesday.
Joey got a day off. Did you know that?
Well,
Nick,
yeah.
you don't. To be fair, Nick, you don't want a day off.
No, I don't. I don't.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
love doing everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you saying
just
that
stirring the
I
pot.
want today off?
Definitely.
I do. I was given one. I didn't even have to ask for one. I
Yep.
just gave one to
Good for you.
I got one day off as well.
Bishop.
I volunteered actually, so I noticed Tapper had a day off, and he said, "What? Why do I have a day off? I want to work." And I said, "Do you want to do sidelines?" And then you know what I did? Instead of I could have had 2 days off in a row, but instead I said, "I'll take Mike Schaefer's job and work with you on
Wow.
Sunday, and Schaefer can have the day off." I bet he'll appreciate that.
Wow.
And he Probably, I don't even know if Schaefer knows that I was the one. I was the
Incredible
reason.
stuff.
Yeah, I'm a nice guy, Matt.
You're so brave.
I think people should celebrate
So
me
brave,
more.
so brave.
Yes, it takes a lot of bravery.
It
to
takes
do
a
that.
lot of bravery to host with Matt McMaster. You know,
I enjoy it. I always say it. Matt is a good guy once you know him.
I'm glad.
I got to keep figuring out ways to backhanded compliment you.
I'm glad some people enjoy the hosting experience with me.
It's fun. Who would complain about hosting with you?
I don't know.
You have a lot of opinions. You're opinionated.
Very opinionated. Big opinionated.
You say dumb stuff that makes me look smarter.
I think you'd be an easy host
Yeah.
to work with. Like if there was ever a situation where I had to co-host and you were the host, I think.
Whoa.
it'd be
Bigger
good.
overreaction week 1, Ohio. Is that what you're saying?
Do you
Nick?
want to do Blue Jay overtime with me? We are looking for people.
Multiple people.
You're
on
going to have
overtime?
a co-host on overtime this year?
Well, we're gonna. I mean, we're gonna have multiple
Oh.
producers. I'm pretty sure for Blue Jay
Oh,
overtime.
oh you're
because-
asking Nick to be your
Well,
producer.
Pilot Joey.
Stopped producing Blue Jay overtime. years ago.
Pilot Joey can only have so many miles in the air.
I think
so-
good reference. I
Mhm.
think that, you know, is it Peter's season or is it Jake's season? Or are we looking outside the family?
or is it Geezer season? Some might be
Ben
asking.
Geezer? It's time to call him up to the big leagues.
Yes.
Blue Jay
Are
overtime.
you proud
Ben.
of me, John? I'm doing Blue Jay overtime this year.
Sure.
John, are you proud of him? He's thinking 4 months down the road when it's cold.
John, are you proud of him? He's learning how to do Blue Jay overtime so then he can be good to do every single Big Red overreaction because it'll also be late.
Why are we putting this out in the ether that I'm going to be doing more Big Red
I
overreactions?
thought you wanted it.
I did.
You're like, my rent went up. I
Yeah.
need money. We're trying to
Yeah.
give you more money.
I have
Oh,
to
speaking of
keep
that,
buying
I-
shoes at Shields to meet waitresses.
That's true.
She asked me
I'm
to
sure.
see the shoes.
Yep, for sure.
She asked me. She's like, "Can I see the shoes?" And I said, "Sure."
Hmm.
And I showed her the shoes.
Hmm.
I didn't go, "You want to see my shoes?"
Hmm.
I didn't say that. She was just
Fucker
like,
and Thuckatash.
"Why are all these Norwegian fans at a baseball game right now?"
Well,
Because
The
they
Norway-
World
can.
Cup.
Yeah, they've been doing that all
Because they
World
came
Cup.
over to America to see what real sports looks like.
They're in New York and
This
they're
is
doing
an
soccer.
incredible
Yeah.
scene.
There was all the who was it that was Scotland fans? Or they at
Scotland, yeah.
they were at the Red Sox game a
They
couple
were.
weeks ago. Yeah, this is what they
I
do.
mean, if you were in a foreign country for a certain event, but you had a day off.
yeah,
and
I'd
they
want to
were-
go to other sports.
I'd be like, "I want to go to the Coliseum."
I'd like
Let's
to
get
go
some more-
see the bowling.
the bowling.
I don't know what they do over there.
They do.
I thought they
polo.
only just played soccer and
What's the
occasionally hosted a Formula One
Cricket.
race.
what's cricket? I'd go try to understand cricket.
Nick,
I
those
w- I would
games
not.
might
Confusing.
last like a day.
I know.
I would
Oh.
not.
It's
Yeah,
confusing, but I'd go for the bit.
Yeah,
I
is
would
there
not.
not a pitch clock in cricket?
There's a wicket.
No, there's no pitch clock.
There's a
Seriously,
wicket in cricket?
games will last days.
That sucks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it causes mental health problems for the athletes.
Which is part of the sport. It's endurance.
Nick, they end up taking their lives.
Yeah, but this is a guy.
Football has mental health issues too.
Yeah,
This is a good point.
sure. But I don't like celebrate that. Nick goes, yeah, it's cool. Toughness.
You celebrate football all the time.
Not, I don't go. I love that the guys, have mental health issues. Though.
Well,
No,
they-
you
I'm
That's
sure they
not
don't.
what he said.
I'm sure
That
they
is
don't.
not
cele-
what. No, Nick did not
Thank
say
you.
that.
He did not.
Nick did not say, "I love that athletes have mental health issues."
seemed like he was getting close to
He
it. Though.
said that he liked
No.
endurance sports.
Mm.
I do like endurance sports.
I do
Pulling a Peterson once again.
I pulled a Peterson today. I went for a run.
We're like a doucherson.
No.
Oh, yeah.
I'm very
What's our
cool.
daily doucherson of the day?
Oh,
Haven't gotten one yet.
we'll find one. Don't worry.
Oh.
Mets, by the way, they must suck. There's like 2 people at this game.
Well, this is a double header to make up for a
What
rain
is the
out.
white
So
balance
this-
right now on this?
Oh, this TV is shot.
remember
oh.
when we move, one of the goals that we have is new TV.
After
Yeah.
big clock.
New TV. No.
No, TV
New
first.
TV.
No, big clock.
How
No,
about Matt? We get a new
nuts.
Big clock.
Matt,
and then
You
big
would
TV.
rather stare at a damn clock than be able to
I'm
watch
sorry. Did
Matt
you get
TV.
it? What
There's
came?
a clock
what,
right there.
What was on the recommendation sheet first? Big clock was before big TV.
So 2 things. First of all,
On
First-
whose recommendation?
First
sheet?
clock, first serve.
so here's the thing. First of all, there is this clock right here.
Yeah.
Here's the other thing I would offer, because I know sometimes for some reason you and Schaefer can't see this screen. You can turn it.
No, that's tacky.
Now, but here's the other thing.
It's tacky.
You know,
It's
on your
tacky.
computer, you can turn on a setting where it has the hour, the minute, and the second.
It's not like I explained to
Also,
Happer.
watches.
And
It's
watches. Like,
not
I look at
about
my look
the
at this.
efficiency.
You know what
It's
Scott Graham
about
did?
the
Scott Graham had an
principle.
iPad with just a clock
and
on
having
it.
a TV that doesn't look
iPad
like
clock.
it's all blue
It's
is
not
about the principle.
It's not about the efficiency. It's about the principle, and the principle of
This is
we
dumb.
work at a big time radio station. All right, we're listening
Marconi
to
nominated.
by important
20 years ago.
individual.
was better back then. That's
serve
true.
an incredible community in Omaha, and at a big time radio station in a big time market,
We have
they
big
have
clocks.
big clocks in their
You know
radio
why?
booths.
Matt.
Because those radio stations used to give time checks. 8:05 here on WGN.
Time to reset your clock.
What if we
Doo-doo-doo.
move this computer screen closer to your face and then the time looks bigger?
I want big.
Okay,
clock.
Matt, how about when we get new TV, you get an app for the TV called Big Clock, and
Yeah.
then you can just
Yeah,
run
like
that.
right there. Yeah.
No.
What if we get it? So we have that TV over there that is never on. What if we put a big clock on that TV?
Ooh, that's a good idea.
I want
One of those old clocks,
I
though,
wa- I
where he
just-
has to
I
learn how to
just-
tell analog
I
time.
just want a clock that does one thing, and that does counts
Time?
up and counts down. That's all I want.
Why would it
Counts up
count
and
Why do you
down?
need to count down?
Wait, what?
Why
how-
do you never know? You need both. All right.
wait,
Sometimes.
So wait, you don't.
What do
just-
you also want
What?
clocks to tell us the time in London and Paris? And
Yes, I
Moscow?
want all the clocks. I want all the clocks that we could possibly have. I want to have a clock that is just in it's Tokyo time. All right. That's what I want.
Matt, you doing a bit where you say it's 11:30, but in Tokyo
Yes.
it is 6 a.m. for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
If
you
you're
would do
joining us from Tokyo, good morning.
that. Wow, very strange.
This is very strange.
Yeah, I don't get it. I'd rather have a new TV.
Yeah.
I want multiple new TVs.
Mhm.
I think we should go to NFM and
Look,
get some new
I
TVs.
wanted a clock, and I got laughed at, and I won't let that up.
It's because you want a big clock.
I want a big clock.
Yeah, I just don't understand.
I'll take a big clock after we get all the other stuff.
Sure, yeah. So what else do we want?
Happer wants a lottery machine.
I heard about this.
All right. Yes, he wants a lottery machine.
What's a lottery
And now he
machine?
wants two lottery machines. He wants one lottery machine with numbers and one lottery machine with broadcasters'
Now,
faces on it.
Does he
So
really?
that way Joey could be like, where is this broadcaster broadcasting this weekend?
Does he really want that, or is he only doing that to make fun of you and your big clock?
I think there's a bit in here.
We just
somewhere.
all want things, and everybody else gets their things, and
Why
I
is
don't
it that
get my
Josh and I are the
things.
people that want the normal things?
John and I have seniority here.
What if
have
we
been here
get-
the
we do.
longest?
What if we get big skeleton instead of big clock?
Yeah, imagine.
We've
that.
already got big.
I think I'm just
Still
at
up
the
there.
point. I'm just perpetually
It is.
on the bottom of the totem pole, according to John. According to John, there's nothing I can do to get off the bottom,
No,
Well,
just
you are
work
the
here.
youngest.
Yeah,
I mean,
you
you're a
work here.
tiny.
and that's going to be the case for a long
No,
time.
it happens so fast where
And
you're the young
the
and then
shortest
you're the
tenured.
old. Yeah, you'll be here.
You're still the third youngest.
Is that true? Yeah, I am. Yeah, behind
know.
you and Josh. Yeah, but that no, I'm and Schaefer.
Schaefer's older than you.
Schaefer's older than me. Oh,
I
you were
know.
saying on
Yeah, on the
so,
air.
so yeah, I'm in the middle of the.
You're in
of
the middle.
yeah.
You've been here forever. You've
By
been
the way-
here almost as long as I've been alive, and you're
Speak-
still only third.
Speaking of Mr. Bones, I was up in Stacy's office.
Uh-huh.
It overlooks the roof that has Mr. Bones on
He
it.
looks like when a Family Guy character falls down.
He's just laying on the roof. And she
Yeah.
was telling me about when it snowed and how it would just be so weird because all this snow would fall on Mr. Bones. Just the strangest
Why
thing.
haven't we done? Is Mr. Bones going to come out in October again?
I
I think
don't-
he just lives there.
I thought
now.
that there was concern about him falling down.
I thought there was concern about
There
him.
was concern about him falling down when he first got up there.
There was concern about him blowing into Dodge.
Yes. What happened to his arm that used to be in here, by the way?
Well, I'm pretty sure it's on Saddle Creek right now.
By the way, many
Well, it was in the studio.
I think it's in the
I'm-
mailbox. I think it's on the
yeah,
mailbox.
yeah, it's in the it's on the mailbox. Multiple people making jokes about Matt and big clocks. Jeremy, Matt, odd infatuation with big clocks. He just wishes he had a big clock, guys. And Brian from Bellevue says, is Matt wanting a big clock compensating for other things?
Mm.
Look, I don't have a big
He's
pickup
the
truck.
Mr. H of the radio crew.
What?
Compensating under, by the way. Do you want a big old
How-
truck next?
How did
Look at my
me
big wheel.
wanting to tell the time
Big.
better turn into me being compared to a dictator?
Well, because he wanted a
famous-
big clock too.
Famously,
Look,
he liked a big clock.
Like me like Mr. H, when I get caught in a bunker in Lake Geneva, I'll probably take me 2 shots to get out of it. But
Nice.
you know, it's just one of those
It's
things.
like your
where-
one Mr. H joke.
I know. I love 2 shots in a bunker.
Mhm.
That's just kind of my go-to. That's my
Yeah.
fastball. Down
You'll
the
be
middle.
doing 2 shots a lot next week. Am I right? And then times 2, times 2, times 2.
See, is that from the German book you were reading?
No,
Or
I
don't-
just
I
because
didn't
you're
get that
going home, and I
reference.
figured you'd be taking shots.
Oh no, I take shots here in Omaha. It doesn't
I
matter.
know. I
where I'm
figured
at.
you'd take more of them in Chicago.
Maybe
You're on
well,
vacation.
Maybe yeah. Vacation.
shouldn't drink and
Chicago! I do drink and fish.
Well, you shouldn't.
I have a beer or
It's very
two.
dangerous. That hook could end up in your eye.
Wow, text from the 402. Midday's ass hat strikes again.
Whoa!
Whoa.
That's mean.
That is
Wait,
mean.
read that
Dox
guy's
him.
previous
Dox
text.
him.
There was a 402 that was
Midday. Oh, the previous one
Yeah.
was 3 days ago. Guess he didn't want his picture up at the VFW. Oh, wait, here we go. June 11th. Middays with Matt. Midday's ass hat.
yeah, that's that guy.
Wow.
Middays
How
ass.
am I an ass
Middays
hat? Because I
ass.
want a clock?
Yeah. I think it was probably the yelling. Probably you yelling about it.
Probably.
Yeah.
People don't like
That guy's an asshat, Matt.
Oh, Team
Oh.
Matt.
He's a real doucherson.
Jason says you should have people call in to tell you the time or text the time.
That's a great idea.
Great bit.
Or we should leave him a phone number that he could call and it would tell him the time.
That is an excellent idea.
What am I trying to find out the scores in the 1980s?
Sure. And you can call to find out the time.
Also, maybe we could start playing a tone at the top and
Here,
bottom of the
this'll-
hour.
This
Ooh,
will
I like this. Or what if we just did weather updates on the 20s?
Oh, wow.
Traffic on the 8s.
Can we do one of those 10-minute
It's usually
news
traffic
things
and weathering together.
to start the hour so John and I could just take some time off and wander the office?
I remember those days.
What does Jack Mitchell do at 8 o'clock every morning? He has 10 minutes to kill.
Well, that's usually he probably gets more coffee.
He's
or-
texting his listeners.
No, he's just
I
sitting.
disagree.
He literally is
Yeah.
sitting there on his computer looking at houses on Zillow. At least that's what he used to do when I produced the show.
I don't know if he still does that.
Why is
You know what he
looking
does?
at houses on Zillow.
People love doing that.
Yeah,
There's
it's
some
a
people-
hobby.
Yeah.
It's an actual hobby.
So
for
that's not
a
what he does.
weird hobby.
Jack has a new hobby now. Jack's hobby is buying old technology.
Uh-huh.
He just
yeah.
bought 4 speakers yesterday.
By the way,
he loves this.
did Jack shave his head?
We finally talked him into it, and he got new glasses. He's a new man. He's
He-
lost
he-
like 60 pounds.
He looks great.
Yeah, he looks awesome.
He looked like a different human when I saw him yesterday, talking about what was it about? He likes to drink pee or something like that. Or,
Yeah. Yeah. The question was, what's the grossest, puke, pee, or poop? And he said pee compared to those others is pretty good.
He goes, it sounds delightful.
Yeah. Yeah. Obviously,
Which,
the
by
answer
the
is
way,
puke.
Okay.
By the way, he's not wrong. I
Oh, yeah,
mean,
for sure. Compared to the other two. Here's a question we got last night. You never pee, puke, or poop again. Which one are you picking?
Oh, never puke again.
See, I picked pee.
Is
Here's
it?
why? Imagine never waking up in the middle of the night because you have to go to the bathroom.
well,
I barely ever puke, so who cares if I'll take once every 4 years
is
for
that
the rest
that
of my
big
life.
Is
Yeah,
that,
but
is that
I know
big
it
of an-
sucks. Puking is terrible, but
Yeah.
it barely happens.
Is that
Yeah, but peeing isn't necessarily
I
terrible.
pee every night. Except for this last
that's
night.
a big enough issue for you? Waking up in the middle of the night to pee?
Like I said, it happens every night about 4 a.m. I wake up, I have to go to the
You,
bathroom.
you should.
It'll get
that
worse when you
checked
get old.
out.
That's normal.
Yeah,
He
That's
drinks
normal.
a lot of water.
That's normal.
I drink a lot of water.
I get up in the middle of the night to pee too. It starts around your
Oh,
You
man.
need to drink more
and,
water.
and you know what? It gives you an excuse to let the dogs out.
Thanks, thankfully, doesn't.
Wow,
want to
am
go
I the
outside.
only one that doesn't have to do this?
Yeah,
Yes, I
because
am.
you're still young enough to where it's not an
Do
issue.
you remember who was the coach at Tom Herman? You ever do the Tom Herman urination chart?
Oh,
What's
yeah.
your stuff looking like? Bad teammate?
I'm this
You're a
guy.
sick guy.
Yeah, this is a sick human.
You need to. There you go. I want you to start drinking a little more water.
Yep.
You're
See,
I
you
love
need
that.
a bottle. You
Mhm.
always have your.
Well, he does have a bottle. It's got a nipple on it. and
I
everything.
know it does.
Uh,
You only drank like regular bottled
we were-
water.
It's the only
I thought
nipple
we
he
were
sees,
done
right?
with the baby Matt
God,
stuff.
You need to get a Tervis of
Do you
some
know
sort.
that actually did? Make,
Oh, not the Tervis
No,
again.
like I'm saying, like one of these.
Oh,
He needs to
that
get one
actually
of
did
these.
make me mad when before I even got here to Omaha, you guys would refer to me as baby producer or
I don't
itty
remember
bitty
this at
baby
all.
Producer.
Not to Mad Men it, but you're like, I feel sorry for you, and I'm like, I don't think about you at all. I don't
That's
even.
what the money is
I don't
for.
remember talking about you ever. But you were like, yeah, and I came here. You guys had lots of opinions about me.
No. But in the very sparingly times that I was mentioned, it was never Matt or McMaster. It was baby co-host or
Well, it was
itty
tiny
bitty
baby co-host. It was probably tiny baby.
Oh
And by
no,
the-
that's when you came
And by,
here.
and by the way, it wasn't you. It was him.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean that's
wait,
what
you're
we
talking
did.
about when he was on the air here,
My-
right? Yeah, okay.
my-
I thought you were talking about when you were at KLA.
Yeah, tiny baby co-host.
my tweet about when I got introduced to 1620 The Zone, the tweet was, "No, this is not his baby photo. This is our new co-host."
Nice.
And I was like, "No,
I don't
that's
remember
not."
that.
I was like, I was
remember
not a
that.
fan of
I remember
that.
I don't remember
one of my
that.
friends was listening to the old morning show, and he was like, "Dude, Matt just said something about you on the air," and I was like, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, he said that he's like sick of you." He's like, "Is he kidding or not?" I was like, "I have no idea. I never talked to Matt," and so I went and found the clip, and you were like, "I'm getting sick of that Peterson guy," because I think I mentioned you on the air or something like that. I just called you Tiny Baby.
It was a different era.
Yeah. Now look, we
You
never
also
talk about
you also came in at the wrong time because we were Tiny Baby everything. In fact,
That's
we're still Tiny Baby everything.
We were Tiny Baby pilled at the time.
Yeah.
We were.
Thanks to Tiny Baby Coach.
Thanks
We
to Garrett,
go through bits like
Yeah.
that frequently.
Garrett 2T's McGuire.
I still like saying Tiny Baby.
yeah.
I
What
miss when we were of things.
What did you
but-
call
It's kind of like
Calandria?
Mr. H had a Tiny Baby thing.
That's
what did
true.
You, what did you call Calandria yesterday? Colander?
Mr. Colander.
Mr. Colander? That's the bit that will never go away. Just Mr. Blank.
Yeah.
By the
Everyone
way,
loves-
speaking of that,
And then remember,
I'm-
Happer would call him Dylon. You know, remember those days?
speaking of Colander,
Nice.
I forgot this email from Steve.
Thank you,
He
Steve.
said, might as well call Colander a Colander. He has a lot of holes in his game.
Oh, that's
Hey,
good.
That's funny.
That's really good.
I'm just going to call him Mr. Fumble when it happens a lot.
By the way, speaking of
Mr.
Dylan,
Fumble.
watching Walk Hard, have we all watched it yet?
Yes,
No. It's
watched
okay.
it last night.
Okay, and this isn't a spoiling anything, but when he's singing, what's his name's Bowie's Star, he's a star man. I was like, oh, Dylan Raiola getting sacked in the Minnesota game. Oh, good movie.
Right in-
They started
What
calling
Africa?
him Stargazer.
Tiny Baby Buffs. Oh yeah, that was
Tiny
a
Baby
huge
Buffs.
thing a few
Well,
years ago.
what was Tiny Baby Neuheisel?
Did we? Oh yeah, about yeah.
Tiny Baby quarterback coach over at Northwestern.
Yeah. I think the first Tiny Baby was Garrett McGuire.
It was Garrett McGuire.
Mhm.
Yeah, Tiny Baby coach, and people got pissed.
They
at
got
us.
real mad at
Yes.
us.
What?
You're
Yeah.
gonna drive him away
The-
because you're making fun of him.
Then like 3 months later, it's like, can we drive this guy away? He sucks.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I hate his guts.
I love how that happens all the time, where we say that we kind of make fun of somebody,
Mm-hmm.
and then they're mad at us.
The
and then he
latest one
sucks.
is Yogurt. They don't like that we call him Yogurt. And eventually, I mean, he's already pissing everybody off with all the things he's doing. I look
Mhm.
forward to them turning on him and saying the yogurt is rancid. You know, it's going to happen eventually.
Mhm.
You know,
I mean, I thought he did a pretty good job until
with what?
Until,
With taking away season tickets from
until
fans?
the basketball and the baseball stuff.
Interesting.
I was in, and then
Wait,
those things
so-
happened.
So not the contract extension.
Oh yeah, the great point. That was a bad one.
That was terrible.
That was terrible. But
Mhm.
somehow he's done some more controversial things that have made us forgot that he rehired that coach.
That was a real tough move.
So one of your best takes that I've heard you say, John, is that Dannon did not hire Rule, but when he gave him the extension, he hired Rule.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he did
It's exactly.
rehire him,
It is
but that's
the perfect. It's
but
the
that-
perfect
but
way of describing it.
that is now
I-
his verification that hey, this is my guy. And
I also
true.
don't agree with though. Like there are some people who only judge athletic directors based off of whom they hire.
I mean
and-
that is kind of their most important job.
But they own like that is their only criteria. Who do you hire? And I do think it's a little ridiculous to not give him any sort of credit for what successes they've had at the athletic department.
well,
because
like,
he
give me
has
but
an
how
example.
many of those
Hired.
successes
has
were
he
from-
hired?
Why?
Exactly. But
Right.
and I agree with that, right? If he were to hire those
Sorry,
people,
we got a funny text.
if he were to hire those people, he would be given more credit.
So who's?
But
Give me an example of an AD that didn't hire the coaches that you're like they're doing a great job.
Well, I probably couldn't give you another example. It doesn't matter of me. Giving other examples don't matter in this regard.
Okay.
My what matters in this regard is that we are in a changing landscape of college athletics,
Mm-hmm.
and there are some athletic directors who have deficits of $30 million. Look at Louisville. Look at Kansas. Look at Iowa State, who
Sure.
are in terrible situations, and they are losing coaches and cutting programs. And Troy Dannon, over the couple of years he's been here, not only they've not had to do any of that, but they've had success even through this
But how much
tumultuous
of
time.
that is-
but
He inherited
but
that, though.
but that's been the case at Nebraska for decades.
No, they have not. I'm not going to say, well, he doesn't get any credit for them having one of the most successful overall athletic seasons ever.
I
there
think-
are plenty of coaches that are leaving places that don't want to be in certain situations
Sure.
anymore. And during this very tumultuous time, he has been able to guide the ship in a way where his coaches are no longer wanting to be there, but they're also thriving. I think he deserves credit for that. Do I think it washes away
Oh,
the sins of reseeding in basketball and saying to baseball fans, you don't donate enough to football, we're not going to give you postseason tickets? Absolutely not. That was a joke. That was an absolute joke. Do I think, though, the reseeding in volleyball and football needed to be done and it was handled in a very good way? Yeah, I think it deserves credit for that.
No, I
think there's both. I don't
disagree with you, but I think it's the problem is, especially when you have an organization that is engined by one signature sport, and at Nebraska that is football. At most places that is football. You're going to be judged on what that sport does and what you did to help either advance that sport or pull it back, because that's the engine. You could have the cleanest, freight cars and the best caboose, but if the engine can't pull the train,
then you're done.
You're sitting there with a nice caboose.
I cannot
nothing
disagree
beats a
with
nice
you.
caboose.
I love a nice
I
caboose.
could not disagree with you, or I could not agree with you more, because it's like, at the end of the day, if football sucks, they aren't going to be like, well, everything else is no, he's going to get fired.
Bingo.
And that's because he in part extended rule. But I'm not as out on him as others.
No,
there are some people who are very out on him. I'm not nearly as out.
Yeah,
I still think there are some positives.
I'm not necessarily out on him.
I love the golf stuff.
Well, why is that? See, but like some things just get hated on to get hated on. Like, I think that's kind of cool. If you want to do that, go and do that. Who
I mean, they
cares?
said they wanted to monetize the stadium.
Yeah, I don't have
and
like some people get all like upset about it. I'm not saying you. I'm saying there are other people who are making those jokes on Twitter. I'm like, why think that's cool.
Like if
you want to pay for it, if you want to have that experience, go ahead.
So we were talking about nicknames earlier. About, tiny baby this, and some people don't like them. John writes, does it make people mad when I call Rule big fat mouth? Maybe. I'm not going to call him that, but maybe McMaster will.
There are some times that John has those texts, and I go, I probably shouldn't read this.
I'm happy to read them. Don't say any slurs, and I'll read them.
Rule calling.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Happy to read them. I like jokes.
We all like jokes.
This was a fun crossover.
I had a great time.
It was okay.
Yes.
Understandable.
Well,
it's not a happy New Year.
Well, you don't like telling time, clearly.
Hey, speaking of happy
I
New
do.
Year,
I have that a clock that's right there. And it's been there for 15
John,
years.
I don't even need to see it because you are driving the show. I
You
want to
know
make
what?
sure.
John, what
you
time
can
is
see
it right now?
2:23 and 47 seconds.
You just know that by looking at that screen?
But
I
where's
do.
the big clock at? Speaking of Happy New Year,
Yes.
Nick, what are we doing next Friday on the Grum?
We are going to replay our Thursday show, which I believe is Topic Alert Day.
Awesome. Oh, so we're just going to re-air the show. That's a great idea.
But it's Topic Alert. So
Wait,
it's
we're going to
evergreen.
re-air the same show the next day.
Can I propose an idea?
Oh,
What if we correlated 1 through however many shows we have done this year into a random number generator, and we clicked the number, and it was like February 12th, and we aired the February 12th show. Have you thought about that idea? How funny would that be?
Would it be better than Topic Alert Day?
And to John's point, the show will have just aired.
I mean, yeah. Do
Yeah.
you really want like an April 17th show?
I'll
when you're
make one more proposal. What if we just combine 2 bigger overreactions and we air those?
Because that's annoying to chop up in timeout.
Fair.
what
Could
if
be really
we
fun,
re-air
though.
the show where you pissed off all the people about Trey Taylor?
Oh, how about we
where
just
I
play
did
that clip over and over and over and over and over again on a loop for 4 hours? A 4-hour Trey Taylor loop. And we did, for the one segment would just be the actual clip over and over again. And the second segment would be your apology the next day.
That's a funny idea. What about this, Nick? What if we went to Stibbs TV and we found COVID clips and you aired COVID shows? Have you thought about that?
Oh, boy.
There's a pandemic, folks. Get home.
That would be annoying to cut up,
Yeah, my
They're
favorite.
like 20-minute segments.
but I'd still have to cut them up.
Just air them.
Yeah, let's get that episode where you guys just took 4 hours and broke down all the vests that have been worn in baseball during the pandemic.
We didn't do that.
Vests?
We have.
I was just bringing up a random.
We hold
topic.
ourselves to a higher standard.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
watched Korean baseball during COVID.
That was him and Kevin.
I wish I was working here. I would have gotten it on
Oh
that.
my
Go
gosh.
Doosan Bears.
And I really like the idea of Big Red Overreaction Friday. That would be fun. Hey, it's the Minnesota game.
It's a Minnesota
What about
game.
the Minnesota COVID game?
How about the
Oh,
John and I were triggered.
Or how about the
Oh.
Michigan State 2021 game?
That was Gary and me. Yikes. My stomach hurt as that show started.
Well,
Or
I
how
can't
about
hear
the
that one.
Michigan game in 2021?
I also had that show.
How about the Northwestern Ireland game?
I also had that show.
How about the
I had a lot of those shows.
how about the Wisconsin game at the end of 2023?
I did not have that one. That was a weird show because it was Gary from home and his computer didn't work, and so then it was Odson solo.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I
yeah.
couldn't do it because I'd had too much to
That
drink.
was
at the party.
that's when I was driving home.
Oh.
I was coming back from a Creighton game,
How-
and I'm like, I can't really help because I
Yeah.
never saw the game.
How about the 2024 Iowa game?
2024. That was Jack and Happer.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
That was a pretty funny
awesome.
show. I listened to it. I was in Colorado. I listened
Yeah,
to
but
it
they
the
already
next
made a
morning.
bowl game, so who cares about that game?
There you go.
That game didn't matter.
Nice.
Yeah, well, that's what they tried to tell us anyway. All right, well, have fun shoe shopping.
I'm not shoe shopping. I'm belt shopping.
Matt, maybe I'll see you later tonight.
Maybe you will. Maybe
Maybe
you
I'll
won't.
see you at Village Point.
A lot of people want to see me at
Mm.
night, and only few people get that honor.
Real quick before you leave, Tyler says, I called in to the Michigan State 2021 game absolutely hammered. I had just proposed to my now wife and actually smashed a beer can on my head that day because of that game. Somehow I'm still married. Wow, that's incredible. Shout out to you.
Oh, that was
Tyler.
that's right. That's the game that Nick and I had the remote.
Oh yeah.
Drove-
Oh,
and I
yeah. Were you
drove
at the
home-
casino?
I drove home in the second half.
Oh.
It was like, damn, Michigan State can't do anything. And then I walk in the door. Oh, look, there's a punt return going the other way.
Yup.
Were you at the casino?
Yeah,
Yep.
we were at the casino.
We were.
Nice.
Look at future
I
Packer Jaden
Also
Reed.
got yelled at for that show for not getting enough pictures.
Well, Nick, that boss of ours at the time wanted you to
He
take photos.
Loved one.
You did
he
not.
loved
You
loves
never
the
understood the
photos.
assignment. Just take photos.
You didn't
Nick.
bring.
I
enough
would take
vibes.
photos, and he's like, "Those aren't good enough." I'm
You're,
like,
you don't know rules of thirds. We got to teach you about the.
Oh my
mic.
God.
gentlemen,
Oh my God.
Dansby, his second home run of the day.
All right, we got to go to break.
The
Bye.
He's
Mets are awful.
He's got 7 RBI.
That is so crazy.
Bye, Matt.
Bye.
See ya.
All right, there's your crossover powered by Everlevel Cup. That guy, that dude is shocked. That is just a classic response. That guy is shocked. Crossover powered by Everlevel Concrete, Paranormal, everlevelconcrete.com on 1620 The Zone.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on 1620 The Zone. Husker Athletics, Creighton, and yes, UNO. Don't miss a moment, they'll give you your fix. They're on every day from 2 until 6. Spend your afternoons with John, Josh, and Nick. John, Josh, and Nick. They'll show you what sports talk really is.
After you, John.
No, after you, Josh.
I'm feeling better.
Are you? You still seem a little snotty.
I am a little. I'm feeling better. I didn't say I feel perfect, you jerk.
Snotty.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on 1620 The Zone. Husker Athletics, Creighton, and yes, UNO.
Only had to suck on one cough drop today.
Wow, Mr. Suck.
You know, speaking of that, this
Call me a
was
garden hose.
this was the first CWS where I did not inhale a cough drop.
That's
or a
insane.
throat-
Because
throat
a couple
lotion.
years ago, your voice decided to turn against
It
you.
did.
What voice?
It was gone, baby.
Just left.
Yeah, that's true. It
Yeah.
said, I've got to go over to Iowa, play some bets.
Yeah.
It was Farron and Happer ended up doing
No,
that, right?
no
Or was it-
tea or any. Or, I mean, I had iced tea. I didn't have any
Yeah.
hot.
Wow. That's crazy.
It was crazy.
Good for you, man.
You know why?
Why?
I think it was a lack of humidity.
It
Ooh.
was a nice,
I think the
comfortable
humidity
CWS.
really kind of messes with my. I just hate humidity.
I hope
By
everyone's
the way,
enjoying it.
enjoy
Yeah,
it now. but-
Seriously.
In fact, it's
let's
starting
see.
to already feel like things are changing.
So
Yeah.
tomorrow,
It's
mid
just a little,
70s.
eh,
Friday, 80. Saturday, mid 80s. I mean, that's great weather. And then
yeah, but the humidity.
the high 90s arrive
Yeah.
and the lows are in the mid 70s.
I
So
hate-
it'll be, I was talking about it with Riss this morning, and she was like, it's going to be 6 a.m. walks for Banksy. And I was like, yes, it is.
My least favorite thing is when I shower in the morning and then I go outside to my truck and then it
immediately-
just feels gross.
Yeah, man, it's nice having a garage because I don't feel like I'm sweating on my drive to work,
Yeah.
comfortable all from the start. Now my drive home, it's
Mhm.
a little sticky,
We were talking earlier about what we should air on the 3rd. 'Cause
Yes.
that's the 4th for us.
We're gone next week.
Wood Africa says you could have the BROR draft, and then that could be part of next Friday. Here's the problem with the BROR draft. It's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna really accomplish anything.
What's that?
Well,
Because
we'll
I'm
pro-
going to be spotting.
Well, it'll be a snake draft. It'll be Schaefer, McMaster, Schaefer, McMaster, Schaefer, all the way down.
It's a great point.
It's true.
That's an
Well,
excellent
in all
point.
seriousness, I mean, I won't know the Creighton schedule when we do this.
Plus, I mean, if the whole pregame thing is happening,
And
I mean, that is it's
16-20 the pregame.
we've been making fun of you, but I mean, I wouldn't want you to do a pre and a post. That's a long day. Congratulations. And I'm going to be traveling. I was speaking with a broadcaster that I work with earlier today saying, I'm putting my schedule together. I'll let you know. So I might be out of town.
You were able to speak to Mel Allen from Beyond the Grave?
No, John,
Uh-oh.
not Mel Allen.
Congrats on the seance.
Yeah.
Not Mel Allen. I got 2 broadcasters that I'm talking with right now.
That you
about
mansplained to.
Oh, Red
helping
Barber,
out-
too.
helping out this football
Damn.
season. We'll see what's going on. Wow, again, Brian from Bellevue. I thought Josh was out today. It sounds like Austin was doing the show during the crossover. Everyone keeps saying that me sick sounds like Austin.
I don't
I
hear
don't
it.
hear it, but maybe, people, because it's different. I'm literally
You're staring
sitting
at my
next to you.
face.
I'm looking
Yeah.
at your ugly mug.
Maybe seeing your
Ugly.
face
Whereas,
changes it.
I've just
the
seen
people
face.
out there listening in their cars or on their apps or wherever they may be, by the way, download
Wherever
the
we
new,
be, we be.
1620, the app.
Yeah.
It works great.
Or in central Nebraska.
Or
shout
not-
out.
Right.
97.7.
Ooh, that's a good question. I wonder what the
102.5,
people of Grand Island
102.
Hastings Kearney, when
Think
they
we look
when
like?
they what they envision us looking like.
That is the part about new media that you don't get from like when you and I were growing up.
Sad.
Listening. Like you would listen to people and it's like, I wonder what they look like. And you'd see their face and you'd say, He looks like that.
Yeah.
So
and it's always a negative.
Yeah, it really is.
You don't look anything like
Yeah,
you sound.
that's a great
thanks.
point.
I grew up
They
in
always do it with a sneer on their face.
I grew up in the era where that was kind of shifting actively, right? So podcasts, like audio, then they'd be like, hey, we finally have a video podcast. You can go watch it. You're like, oh, God.
I miss the kayfabe days of radio.
Yeah. By the way, so yesterday.
So I do wonder what people, think. By the way, Josh is hideous. He looks like a
I'm
monster.
ugly. I'm disgusting.
Yeah.
I got it.
But just think of someone with big gangly teeth.
Nick's even uglier somehow.
Wow.
And John has no hair.
I have no hair.
So Severe texted yesterday
So
at 4:30 and he said, "You sound rough, buddy."
Ooh.
And I said, oddly, today I sound better than I did yesterday. And he said on Monday he had no idea who was doing the show with McMaster until I said my name.
Wow.
Yeah. So apparently that's how I sounded on Monday.
Thanks for watching, Michael.
Yeah. I'm getting there though. I'll be back. I think by Friday, I'm going to be 100%. That's the goal. I just want to be 100% by this weekend. Because it's the weekend. Imagine
Why?
John,
Because you're driving 2.5 hours out of your way to get tired?
dang it, you beat me to the joke. I'm gonna say, imagine it's the first weekend after the College World Series, and you have to drive and get tires.
2.5 hours.
Couldn't be
one
me.
way.
Couldn't be me. Nick, what you doing this weekend?
Not much. Hanging out. Maybe some Xbox.
There you
go.
We get-
Man, can you imagine how much Xbox one could play
Oh,
on a drive
the
from
last 2.5 hours.
here to, let's say, somewhere in Madison County?
Oh, what towns are in Madison County? Nick, you have any guesses? I know you don't really know
I
Nebraska.
don't
very
know
well.
Nebraska that
Just
well.
name a town that you know.
Grand Island. Is that in Madison County?
That would be Hall County.
Are there bridges in your Madison County? Because Iowa's
Nice.
Madison County has great bridges.
That's what I'm told.
Speaking of video games, shout out to my friend David. He gave me his old PS3, so now I can watch
That's sick.
my Christopher Nolan Blu-rays
Nice.
as Nolan rewatch season.
You can just get a
continues.
Blu-ray for cheap now.
A player.
Yeah.
But then if I'm going to buy a Blu-ray player, I'd be like, why not just get a 4K? Because they're $300. That's why.
Good point.
Too expensive.
Drummed up.
Drum down.
Let's do it. Ooh, what's that color for?
It's just a change of color.
I see.
Full NBA draft recap.
Oh,
Whoa, round by round, pick by pick.
Just kidding.
I can't wait to
Okay,
break it all
thank God.
down.
Just
Stats.
kidding.
I realized I woke up this morning and I went to ESPN.com because that's the first thing I do every morning. And I realized I don't know what happened after the first pick. And I was like, who is number 2? Oh, they actually did. Darren
So,
Peterson.
I didn't realize it was on until I opened Twitter when I got back from my
I knew
walk, and I
DeBonsa went
saw-
number 1.
And I saw Rob Anderson tweet something. I was like,
Rob,
oh,
shout out
oh,
Rob.
they had a draft. I had no idea.
See, okay, and that's what, because obviously, why would I know? I would have no
You're
idea.
not
who's
an
gonna be.
NBA fan.
Josh is a fake NBA fan, so of course he doesn't
I
know.
love the NBA.
You
I knew
though,
the draft was
John,
last night.
You're of college basketball. You should know.
See, but once they leave college, John just doesn't care about them anymore. He never thinks of them again. They're Ginsburg. I don't think about you at all.
That's not true. I think of all of our Creighton friends.
Yeah, but not DeBansa. What about Darren Peterson? Do you think about him?
Did you ever wonder if, I just thought of this. Don't ask me why.
Okay.
It sounds like DePancia.
I literally had never thought about that. No. It's like, can't stand you.
Oh, I've been DePants.
When was the last time you were pantsed?
He wasn't DePantsing many teams this basketball season.
No, he wasn't.
He kept just skipping random games because he was injured.
Conference realignment is on a shot clock. Oh, no, it's back.
Big clock.
Big
no.
clock. Yeah, it's a
Oh.
big clock.
Mm.
Matt Rule is going to live or die by his own
I want to
sword.
live forever
In the ocean by the sea.
That was as close as the Big Ten was ever going to get to the College World Series when they would play that song in between
No,
games.
Michigan made it that one time.
Oregon
No, I
was
said
close.
this year.
Oh, this year.
This year.
Yeah, Oregon. They were in the Supers.
And they lost both games.
Yeah. Who else was in the Supers from the Big Ten? USC. USC was very close.
Mhm.
They blew it.
And then they won.
They could have been in the Natty.
They wouldn't have been.
Probably not.
Is Nebraska better off with Calandria over Rayola?
Whoa. Topic alert.
Yeah, that's a topic.
Dylan.
R.I.P. Red Shirts.
Yeah. They're gone.
It's
Bye-bye.
not Michael Severe Monday,
But he is joining us.
but he is joining us.
Mhm.
4:15.
Does a list of top SEC quarterbacks interest you?
I could be talked into it.
One of them was at the College World Series, at least.
Oh, that guy
Yes.
stinks. John Mateer.
Hashtag dumb debates.
Nice.
And should one apologize if they admit their take was bad?
Oh, wow. John, we're therapy couching you today. Is that what's going on?
no, not at all.
There? Okay.
Not at all.
Not at
402
all.
951 1620 Prairie Flower Casino Zone hotline. Hit us up on Twitter, the Liquid Trucking Zone Twitter feed.
Nice.
It's at USC 1620.
10-3.
Where you can also send us your dumb debates by using the hashtag dumb debates, or you can send your dumb debates into the Equitable Bank Zone inbox at Equitable. Take banking personally. Answer the phone on the first ring. John at 1620thezone.com. Josh at 1620thezone.com. Nick at 1620thezone.com.
Lots of places to contact us.
Indeed.
Many places.
Mm-hmm.
All right. There you go. There's the Grum.
Yep.
I think I'm going to get a soda. Might as
Awesome.
well go for a soda.
Out of our delicious fridge.
Our soda fridge.
The soda is delicious, not the fridge.
Lick it.
Hey, did I tell you I was watching a movie recently?
Yes.
And the
Congrats.
song that we didn't know from One Beer Friday showed up in the movie. The dun, 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 dun.
You mean the Budweiser jingle?
Yeah, again, I didn't realize
That's not what I think of when I hear Budweiser jingle.
It sounds
because
like
it's so
circus music.
Well, it was a jingle, and they still play
What
it
was
at
the
Cardinals
movie
games.
I watched
The only
recently?
when I think of Budweiser, it's just this
Oh,
is Budweiser.
So I watched
Well,
Close
that's 'cause you're
Encounters
young.
of a Third Kind a couple weeks
Yeah.
ago, and there when
And
what's
the
his name is going crazy. Oh my
Oh, yeah, and the
gosh, he
commercials.
loses his mind. That I was like, oh, I was Leo pointing. Oh, One Beer Friday.
It was the Budweiser jingle.
Yeah, and then he's like pouring dirt in his house. You're not a fan of Close Encounters, right? Or wait,
No,
you
I'm
are
fine.
a fan of it.
I'm fine.
Michael's not a fan. Yeah, he just pouring dirt in his house, building a mountain.
I need to see that.
It's on Peacock, Nick. It's not that long, 2 hours, 2.5 hours. I really enjoyed it. And the special effects for a movie from the 70s are ridiculous. The aliens look like kids wearing costumes, but other than that, pretty good. The spaceships are sick.
Yeah.
Little R2-D2 on one of them.
Nice.
Yeah. Fun little teaser. Or not teaser. Easter egg. When they go to India and all the people are singing. Cool stuff. We're not even spoiling anything, Nick. You should see it. Yeah, and then it's like druggy.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Good movie.
All right. We will return on 1620 The Zone.
Here's a fake handoff to Green. Scott Frost to rifle it down the field. Newcomb's out there. He got it. He's to the 5. He'll score. There's that speed of Bobby Newcomb. He never broke stride. Here's a handoff to Makovica. 25-20. There he goes. He's gone for the score. The Huskers go for it on 4th down.
This is where it gets good, gang.
Wideouts. One to the right. Backfield is stacked in the eye. Here is a fake. Here's the keeper by Eric Crouch. He has a first down. Eric to the 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. He's gone! Tennessee goes with 3 wideouts. 2 set to the left side. Peyton Manning looks like he's checking off of the line of scrimmage. Drops back in the pocket. Is hit by Mike Rucker and sacked back at the 17-yard line. Mr. Manning is on the turf. Lake wide to the right. Cheatham split to the left, the double wing. Here is a fake. Here's the keeper. A pitch to Shevin Wiggins to the 10. Streaks to the 5, and he takes it in for the score.
Second time we've seen Shevin Wiggins on the option today. A nice pitch by Scott Frost right into his mitts, and then he just took over from there. And he took that 4.5 speed, and he ripped it right into the end zone, ran right by a defender.
I formation. There's Frankie London handing the ball off to Carell Buckholder, trying to sweep the right side. He's down to the 40-yard line. Stop made by Deion Grant, and that's pretty much going to do it. Nebraska content not to run another play. The Huskers finish a perfect 13-0 as they beat Tennessee 42-17. And the word we get, a huge smile on the face of Tom Osborne down there on the field.
That was the voice of Warren Swain, the former radio voice of Nebraska football and basketball from 1996 to 2001. We learned over the weekend, actually, we learned today that over the weekend, Warren passed away at the age of 79 down in Florida, where he was retired. And, yeah, sad day. I got a chance to work very closely with Warren there for all the years that he was there because, you know, we were originating the broadcast out of our building, and he would always come in on, what day was it? Was it Thursday? Yeah, it was Thursday because he'd come down to tape Osborne or Solich and then would come into the station, and he did for every broadcast, he kind of did an opener. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So he would come in and kind of do a narration bit, you know, where he's talking, it's kind of setting up the game. And then you'd play the Huskies, diddly-doo, blah, blah, blah. And all the others. And then it'd take 15. Yeah. It'd take 15 minutes to read off all the sponsors because, you know, Paul Aaron had to get paid. And, but yeah, so I got to work very closely with Warren for a while. And he was a good person. He was a very good man. And I thought, and I tweeted about this earlier today, that it's unfortunate based on a lot of circumstances that he wasn't allowed to be appreciated for his work. And I get it.
Yeah.
He might not be your cup of tea, might have not been your cup of tea as an announcer. I'm not going to lie. He wasn't necessarily the guy I would have doing my team's games, but as an announcer, as a broadcaster, as a sportscaster, he was very good. Did Virginia for a lot of years before he came back this way, because he's originally from Western Iowa, Pisgah to be exact. But you know, he came in at a very, very interesting time, right? You know, the team was in the throes of its best run ever.
With a very popular announcer.
Kent. The rights had changed over, and a new network was coming in. And for those of you who are old enough to remember it, there was a highly public, I don't know if you call it a negotiation, but there was a lot of stuff written about. I can only imagine what a show like this would have been like back then.
Yeah.
Because there was a lot of chit chat. Because understandably, a lot of people just wanted the status quo, right? They wanted to be able to hear Kenton, Gary, and and then there were other people who were like, no, we need to change, but mostly people wanted to keep the status quo
In the middle of
which I totally understand.
Fiesta Bowl broadcast, the way that I watched it first, and have really only ever seen it, was with the radio call, which was edited by Husker Vision. And I didn't watch it until, years later. And in the midst of that, because they edit out a lot of the fluff in between each play. Yeah. But Ken and Gary are talking about something in relation to Kent and his contract and what is about to happen next. Yeah. So to say it was very public. They're talking about it in the midst of a national championship game on the radio, as in let's see what happens now. It's pretty wild to think about.
And so it was a very public, situation, and it was that kind of a firestorm that Warren walked into, and it was unfortunate for him because I don't think, as an announcer, he was given a fair shake. He was also, because he was taking over for Kent, I think it wasn't his style to necessarily be a big homer.
He talked about it. If you go back and watch the documentary on the Oklahoma game in 1997, which was Tom Osborne's 250th win, which was done by NET, correct?
Yes.
They talked to him in the midst of that documentary, and he mentions that. He's like, that's not my style. I'm not calling the game that way. Yeah. And I have to imagine for so many people who grew up listening to Lyle and then listening to Kent, like, no, that's what people wanted, right?
Yeah, because and it's this way in a lot of places, right? If you're a Chicago broadcaster, you're expected to be a homer because that's kind of how the pioneers of broadcasting did it then. But if you go out to LA, it's a little more networky because Vince Scully, even though he was an unabashed Dodger fan, he didn't do the games like he was over. So, and around here, because people like Lyle Bremser and certainly Kent, that was kind of the style that people around here want.
Yeah,
they wanted an over the top, a little more of a homer, and that wasn't necessarily what Warren did. And then because people started complaining the first year, they tried to nudge Warren into doing more of a homer style, and it just didn't fit. So there's a lot of things that kind of fell into all of it.
And you said it earlier
and
too,
the
on
politics
Twitter.
of the situation.
That's the thing.
The
stuff
politics
going on
of the
behind
situation was and I'm not. Well, I am picking sides. I mean, the guy who ran the network was not my cup of tea. That's for damn sure. And certainly wasn't out for putting out the best broadcast possible. It was up to people like us to work with what we had.
Yeah, to try to manage it.
And that's kind of so it's unfortunate that some of those years it's people don't remember them as well. And it was unfair to a guy like Warren, who, again, I never heard him say a cross word about anybody.
Yeah, it sucks
in a business that's like a very snarky,
we love
and
complaining.
backstabby.
Yeah.
He was the exact opposite of that.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't agree with you more. He followed the guy, who also followed the guy, and that's very tough, and so he's being compared to.
Sure, yeah, Kent had his detractors very early on,
and it's being, it's happening in a very interesting moment in time in a variety of ways with the changes behind the scenes, with what the team is doing on the field, as the program is changing over. He takes over in 96.
96 was his first year,
and his last year is 2001. So, I mean, the end of the Osborne era, the final national title, the final conference championship, and the final national championship participant. He got to call all that, and he's on the call, of course, for 62-36, and then the loss in the Rose Bowl. And then, what Nebraska's had 3 regular play-by-play announcers ever since. I sadly never got to meet Warren. I mean, I was still just a kid.
Yeah.
By the time his last year, I was only 13, his last season. But I always remember, because he was also in the era where the play-by-play announcer really mattered. And I obviously I work with a play-by-play announcer, so I hope that you're not taking that the wrong way, but it's more like not every game is on TV one.
That's the truth.
He's really the guy in that last era, where a lot of games aren't on TV and very few are even on pay-per-view, whereas that would start changing in the kind of the next era of college football, let alone Husker football. And so I always enjoyed listening to him. One of my earliest Husker football memories is it being in my grandparents' kitchen in 1997 as Nebraska took on UCF, Dante Culpepper in Central Florida.
Oh, UCF.
Yeah.
Oh, anything happened in that game?
Well, oddly enough, the coach of UCF now, he wasn't benched. It was a planned. He goes to the sidelines and the backup quarterback comes in.
Okay.
It was a whole to-do.
Mhm.
But I remember listening to that and being like, what? Why are they losing? And just being so baffled by it. And, again, not every game was on TV. And so a lot of the time you'd have to listen to them. And I mean, that was still in the days where it was a whole lot easier to sync it up, and so I remember doing that, going to my grandparents' house, and my grandparents in Fremont, they were a sync it up family. They were, let's have the game on and let's have the radio call. We don't want to listen to
and it was back in a time where you could still do that
without any kerfuffle. It was super easy to do.
Because, your signal wasn't, it wasn't delayed because it was broadcast over the internet or, the satellite.
Bingo. The TV was.
It used to be very easy to sync up the radio to the TV.
It really was.
Because everything was pretty much in real time.
Yeah. So I don't know how many games I ended up listening to with Warren on the call, but I know that it was, more than I've listened to in the last decade. Of any games on the call, because I'm usually just watching it on TV,
right,
or being there. So yeah, it was a bummer to see that news cross the desk today.
Yeah, and I always wondered, where he ended, because I know when he left Nebraska, he ended up going back to Drake, in Des Moines, and doing games there. And then I didn't know what happened to him after that. And honestly, since he left Nebraska, I'd never seen him, never had come across him, or heard from him. So. Either way, sad to hear the news, and thought we would spend a moment to remember Warren Swain. Realignment is back, folks.
That's not news that I ever want to see across my desk.
Well,
unless it's Nebraska's going back to the Big 8. And Oklahoma's going to be their rival.
Also, the Big 8 is back.
That would be fun news.
Great. Now the baseball team's back in trouble again.
No, they'll be fine. Oklahoma was in the conference national champion.
Well, that's what I mean. Oklahoma's the best team now.
Oh, yeah, but at least they're playing good teams. Good for competition.
Good point.
Good for the NCAA tournament.
Now, this is not to say that there are realignment rumors happening right now, but
is Chip Brown on the case?
With the Saving College Sports from Itself Act that has been forwarded now. They're actually going to, put it on the floor for debate. There in the old U.S. Senate.
Debate me.
There are folks around college sports that think that the idea of realignment could be passé because there are provisions, obviously, in the bill. It's got the clause in there, and they changed it so that it encompassed also the Big 12 and the ACC. It was originally written to say that it didn't say specifically the Big 10 or the ACC, or Big 10 and the SEC, but it said something to the effect of conferences that have over $1 billion in revenues can't add more teams.
Yeah.
And then they lowered that threshold down to 700 million, so that it would also cover the ACC and the Big 12.
Yeah.
But it's essentially saying you can't be pillaging other conferences and murdering other conferences like the Big 10 did to the Pac-12 in cold blood, and take teams away. And that includes, group of 6 teams too. And so reading today from Ross Dellinger, with the anti-expansion provisions in the bill, there are folks who are wondering if a shot clock hasn't been put on expansion.
A big shot clock?
So, yes, a big shot clock, one that Matt can see. That if it becomes obvious that this bill could be on its way to passage, and we're still a ways away from that, but if the momentum is there to get this thing passed, if folks might try to really work the phones behind the scenes, if you will, to get to the proper chair before the music stops.
So basically, the comparison that I'll make a year and a few months ago, remember right before the NCAA tournament came to a close, and Dellinger himself wrote a bunch of stories about how all these deals are trying to get in under the wire because soon enough, You're going to have the CSC, right?
Yep.
And you're not going to be able to
And
pay.
they'll be able to enforce everything.
Guys, we're really concerned we'll never be able to pay players again. Of course, that hasn't come to pass. But that they were trying to get everything in, before the train comes down the tracks. You're trying to scoot on by. Is that the apt comparison that we should be using for what they're trying to do with realignment? They're trying to. So does that say that there is I don't want to use the word fear. There is a real belief that this thing could actually get passed. And my long held opinion of Congress is never going to save college sports is going to end up being wrong. Could I end up being wrong in any of my thoughts on, they're not going to do it though. They're not going to do it. If they believe this, if they're trying to make any moves because they think that Congress is going to make a decision, that's pretty interesting to me.
It is, but also remember that the folks who operate in the college sports sphere aren't always the clearest minded folks.
That is true.
I mean, literally, the reason why we got Baylor and Texas Tech in the Big 12 was because of politics behind the scenes.
Correct.
Those teams weren't even asked to join, but then all of a sudden it was like, oh, now we got to add these other two. We have seen scenarios where just because a team happens to be hot in the moment, they become a hot property to another league, to another new league. But if it had happened 5 years earlier, there's no way. These folks don't always think with the biggest picture in mind. So it would be completely in their character to see this bill getting discussed on Congress and folks just automatically leaping 5 or 6 steps ahead of the line and saying, oh crap, we got to do something now. So I wouldn't necessarily use the college administrators or the people, the athletic directors, the university presidents and the like. I wouldn't use their panic as a barometer,
as a sign of things,
because that has not related to how
fair.
100 U.S. senators and 400 some odd. Because remember, I mean, this is just the Senate.
Yeah.
Remember, they've got to also go through the House, and that's a whole different ball of wax altogether. So I mean, it's a long ways away. It's still, in my opinion, it's a long ways away. But it is interesting because the folks who operate in the college sphere do think rather short-sightedly.
That's true.
And you think about, okay, who are those teams? Well, obviously,
that's what I was going to say. So
obviously
what are we
it's
talking
Florida
about?
State and Clemson.
Yep.
Right? Florida State and Clemson have and
Miami. Yeah. And he also mentions North Carolina in here as well. But
North Carolina.
But certainly Clemson and FSU, they have been the most out there, right?
Right. I mean, they were literally the ones who, got the ACC to go with the unequal revenue distribution.
Correct.
Because, of the threats. And those are the most attractive possible candidates. But also consider, and I'm not saying the Big 12 is in a position to expand right now. But if you're if you're a Washington State or
I was going to say, what
State,
about like them and Boise State, like some of those new Pac-12 schools,
right?
As that conference comes back online.
If you're looking at that and going, man, this isn't going to go as well as we thought, and you're trying for a life raft.
Yeah. Well, I would then look in my, if you're one of those schools hoping to leave, like a Clemson, a Florida State, a North Carolina, Miami, if you join a league, like, is it going to mean anything for your bottom line now? Is this more of a long-term play? Because, there's all sorts of parameters inside of these contracts. If you add these teams, maybe we can open up the books and try to get more from our TV partners, but maybe we can't. And there's been a lot of chatter about this too, especially with like Fox, who essentially funds the Big Ten Conference, and how much money they do have to spend. Like you look at CBS and Paramount, they have all the Larry Ellison dollars. Like they're totally good to go. Fox, it's different. They just don't have as much money to spend compared to what we see right now with other networks. And so what would that even mean if anybody is trying to join the Big Ten? And is that something that Petitti wants to do? Is that something
you call him Petitti?
I think so. Is that something that he wants to do? Is that something that Sankey are they interested in playing ball at all?
I like this better than Tone, by the way.
Yeah, Petitti. Like, are they wanting to get involved in this? Like, what's the benefit?
Well, we know that the SEC and the Big Ten are not happy with this bill right now, and they've been trying to move heaven and earth to get it stopped.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, look, having Miami would be nice. Like I think that in the Big Ten, if they could open up the Florida market, I think that would be something that they would be interested in doing. they've already gone coast to coast. So what's adding a Florida school? And then I'll ask the question that a bunch of people are asking. What does this mean for Notre Dame? Probably nothing, but they can all kick the tires on them anyway.
Sure. Yeah, they could.
Matthew says, is this going to be like people pillaging the toilet paper from grocery stores before a storm?
In a
Excellent
weird way.
comparison.
In a weird way, probably.
Mhm.
And I'm not saying anything's happening, and Dellinger's not reporting that anything is imminent. But again, we're dealing with people who think very short term, very small.
And you know what? It is a bit too quiet right now. Remember when Texas and Oklahoma happened? It was
dead
just
silent.
It was, wait, what? And same with USC and UCLA. It was, wait, what?
Yeah.
Oregon and Washington, that was kind of predicted for a year after the USC.
Well, sure, you could see the writing on the wall.
But gosh, the other moves, like the moves that kicked off this new wave of just fear, I think, for the future, that came out of nowhere. I remember sitting at the College World Series and that coming across, and it was like, wait a second, what's happening? Sure enough, Texas and Oklahoma are in the SEC now.
Right. So, don't be surprised if, there are rumblings coming this summer.
Got to get your toilet paper.
Gotta get your toilet paper. When we come back, I have a thought on Matt Rule.
Okay.
And this recruiting class.
Fire Matt.
John, come on.
No.
Unreal.
No. In fact,
hire Matt Rule.
This will never make the message boards, but this might be a positive segment.
Whoa. The positive boys.
On 1620 The Zone. So Nebraska's current 2027 football recruiting class has 21 commits.
Be careful how you talk about this class, John.
No, you need to be careful, Nick.
Just don't make fun of me and you'll be fine.
Currently 18th in the 24/7 composite rankings. And we knew that this class was going to be bigger than last year's. But this feels to me that Nebraska has, and specifically Matt Rule and company, have recalibrated roster building. And now with the 5-for-5 passing and everything that's happening in the NIL space, where it is clear Nebraska has funds, but they don't have those funds.
Cody Campbell funds.
Yeah. I feel like this year represents a year where Matt Rule is saying, if I'm going to die, it's going to happen by my own sword. Because this is what he originally came here on. The idea of we're going to recruit and we're going to develop. We're going to recruit and we're going to develop. And that's not to say that Nebraska's, okay, this means Nebraska's never going in the transfer portal again.
Mm-hmm.
That's not necessarily it. But when you see the dollars and the cents of it all right now and where everything is lining up, I mean, a lot of money is being spent in the portal. A lot of money. And if Nebraska doesn't have that kind of money, you kind of got to decide, all right, where are we going to fish? We're going to try to fish the whole lake, or are we just going to pick this spot over here? And I think Nebraska is more in line now with picking the spot that Matt Rule was originally comfortable with, and that is we're going to recruit and we're going to develop. And you can save the jokes about, well, they don't do it, whatever. I mean, obviously, they don't think that way. They think that, you know, their plan is going to work. And I'm fine with that. Because at some point, you have to decide what it is you're going to be, what lane you're going to be in, and go for it. And let the chips fall where they may. Because the reality of the situation is Nebraska monetarily is not going to be able to keep up with Ohio State. They're not going to be able to keep up with Oregon. They're not going to be able to keep up with Indiana. They're not going to be able to keep up with, and I know that sounds ridiculous.
I know,
to say
but it's
today, but it is true.
Yeah,
they're not going to be able to keep up with Texas Tech.
Oh, definitely not.
And so why not be the Brewers? Why not be the Brewers? We're going to go draft really well. We're going to develop our guys in the farm system, and we're going to call these guys up, and they're going to become good players. And we're not going to be the highest, paid roster in Major League Baseball, because that's basically what the Brewers do. And again, this is what Rule was comfortable with coming in.
Mm-hmm.
This is what he was comfortable with coming in. This is how he made his bones. And so if this class is the representation of that kind of a philosophy, knowing now you've got 5 for 5, okay? So in a perfect world, you could have a Trey Taylor for 5 years. You could have a Torrey Pittman for 5 years. Just looking down the list of some of the guys that they have committed. You could have a Bryce Williams for 5 years. I know that's a perfect pie in the sky world. Probably won't happen. But think about it. If you've got all of these resources right now tied up in your, if you're trying with the limited money that you have compared to the big dogs, why not use it on the players that you're trying to bring in and develop, and then attempting to retain those, and not emphasize as much on the portal? Because I don't think Nebraska is rich enough to be able to fish in the entire pond.
Yeah.
I think they have to be more selective in where they fish. And you can, like the Brewers, You can win that way if you do it right. If
All
you
right.
play your cards right.
So I have 2 questions. One, do we think that this level of recruiting is sustainable? Because I don't disagree with anything you're saying there. I thought that this is going to be how they were built for the longest time. It seemed like they were too often going after the measurables, and not in the traditional way, but in the we're going to find the diamonds in the rough that have the speed or whatever,
Right.
that have they do something well in a test, and we're going to find something that nobody else is able to capture, and we're going to turn them into good players. That of course has not worked so far, and so now it seems like, and all I'm judging off of, because I'm not breaking down tape of these guys, is they're going after players that are wanted by other schools, and they're landing those players, right?
Sure. Now, in the case of a Trey Taylor, it was someone they were in on earlier than most, right? I mean, Trey Taylor, if of all things had stayed equal, would have been a guy, who would have been attractive to an Illinois and Iowa. You know what I'm saying?
Literally Illinois. I mean, Illinois wanted him. Nebraska was able to land
Illinois.
him. Yeah, and like,
but the point, yeah. So now obviously he's attractive to a lot more people because he's gotten the higher star rating and et cetera, et cetera.
But like, is this sustainable? Like him, I think he is such a unique player in that I feel very comfortable in saying Nebraska is not offering him the most money, and he is choosing Nebraska. Nebraska is not offering him an obvious path to the NFL, like a proven path.
No,
other schools,
certainly not a proven
other
path.
schools are. Ohio State, like we can just say Ohio State over and over. Ohio State is.
Sure.
So like, why is he choosing Nebraska? And then the answer is usually, well, the relationships. Okay, that's awesome. Can that happen again with the next guy? Or is he just such a unique person that he wants that?
I mean,
and nobody else will.
A strategy like this has to rely on kind of an old-fashioned mindset of relationships and loyalty over dollars. Absolutely. But
is that possible?
But that's just one player who probably is the exception. If you look at it a little differently, sure, is Ohio State going to still go out and recruit blue chippers? Sure they are. All of these schools are going to still try to go out and recruit blue chippers. But because there are now roster limits, because there are a lot of teams who are just saying, all right, we're going portaling. They're spending more of that money on the portal or on retaining their highest end players.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If Nebraska kind of flips the thinking and says, well, let's spend more in recruiting, spend more on the players in recruiting, plus retaining our best players, we can get by with a little less. Because let's face it, not to pick on him, but a Bryce Williams, who's a 4-star cornerback, is not going to command as much money as a 4-star transfer portal guy.
Just like an NFL draft pick isn't going to command as much as
exactly.
As a player on a second contract.
And that's why I think if I am correct in my assessment, and if this is the lean there that Rule is going to lean into, it's an avenue he is most comfortable with because that's what he came from. It's what he said he set out to do from the beginning. B, it's a little more cost effective. You can stretch your dollar a little bit further.
And then you hope that you can re-sign them.
And then, absolutely. You can hope you can re-sign them because then at some point, what you hope happens is you're generating some wins. You're not only getting wins on the field, but you're getting wins in the fact of draft picks. You're getting wins in the fact of, hey, those guys at Nebraska really are doing their thing, and these guys are getting better.
Yeah.
And then by that, it's elevating, but at least you're in a lane and you're sticking to it. Whether or not that lane takes you to the destination you want is yet to be seen. But sometimes you can try too hard to do too many things at one time. And, it's what's the old phrase of, something master of none.
Oh, jack of all trades.
Master of none.
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
Well, that's why, so my other question is this too little too late? And not to take the positivity and make it negative, but I'm still a little shocked at the thought process behind the 2026 recruiting class, where it was very small and seemingly it wasn't very good. 12 signees, 88th ranked according to 24/7. I never really understood that. And I get it. The math is different now, but because I'm with you, I like fishing in the recruiting, the old school pond, at least for a school like in Nebraska. If you're not gonna spend the high bucks elsewhere, I think that this is the best way to handle it because those are the guys that I want. I want to develop them over the course of time.
It's too little, too late if your coach is truly on the hot seat.
And that is a great wrinkle to
Matt
this. You are
Rule
right.
is not on the hot seat.
He is not. You're
he
right.
has a long, expensive contract now.
Yeah, traditionally a coach with this record would maybe you do it a different way.
So yeah, I mean Matt Rule's in a unique and somewhat of an advantageous position of being able to kind of flip the script and reinvent the wheel, or maybe just go back to the original invention. Where a lot of other coaches, because they don't have the longer contract, don't have that.
Yeah.
The contract extension does give Matt Rule the leeway to punt and play for another day.
Yeah.
So
yeah, he has a tremendous amount of job security that in theory would allow him to really try to adjust on the fly in a big way.
Because I sensed, not that I covered it very closely, I didn't follow the Carolina Panthers, but it always felt like Rule was a fish out of water in that environment because he just wasn't as familiar with it.
Yeah, he's a college guy.
And I think to a degree, Rule is uncomfortable in the portal environment.
Because it's very similar to the NFL environment now.
Because it is similar to the NFL environment. So go to a place where you're comfortable and you feel you can do your best and you can drive your energies towards that. Again, this isn't saying Nebraska's never going to get a transfer guy again. That's obviously not going to happen. You're still going to use the portal, but that's not going to be your primary focus. You're going to be a draft and develop over a go out and get big free agents.
Well, then the biggest key is going to be, of course, identifying the right players.
Yes.
But keeping them.
And
if you identify the right players, can you keep them?
Sure.
And
that's going to be a battle. No matter what lane they decide to
NIL is always going to be
in.
expensive for transfers.
Absolutely.
But keeping your good players it's not like that's going to be free.
And I do think the timing of 5 for 5 and the timing of Rule's contract does allow for a class like this and perhaps future classes like this to be the path. So I'm for it.
Yeah, I mean, again,
I would rather him go down by his own sword than trying to be jack of all trades, master of none.
Yeah, and if they can pull it off, that was the plan from the beginning.
If they can pull it off, then thumbs up, and then we'll think of those first couple of seasons as just a little blip on the radar or bump in the road. All right, we'll be back. More to come. 1620 The Zone.
John, we
Good
got
grief, can anyone pitch in this game?
I don't know.
Ridiculous. Every time I look up, someone's running the bases again. Anyway.
Go Rockies.
We got a lot of responses. KG says, as a Carolina Panthers fan, wasn't thrilled when Nebraska hired him. Still not thrilled.
Yeah, every Panthers fan that I've known was super not stoked on this.
Well, I mean, they did, and they were very popular on the message boards. Going after Matt Rule.
Sister-in-law of me, a diehard Panther fan. Like, she went to the playoff loss to the Rams. She hates Matt Rule. She was talking so much trash. I watched the first ever Matt Rule Nebraska game, and as it unfolded, she was laughing. She was like, "This is like Carolina."
Is there a fan base that hates a former coach more than the Carolina Panthers fans hate Matt Rule?
Great question, Nick. I'll think on that. They do hate him, though. Andrew writes, but do we just become the farm team for those paying for portal players? To go back to your original
there's
idea.
always that risk, but, at this point, don't you kind of hope that at least that's a possibility? Because then that means you're doing something right.
Yeah, but then you're losing them, and then you're sad.
But right now, it's not like people are.
Yes, you would rather have
people
this.
pillaging Nebraska's roster today.
No, that's like the one thing that you can't really say about the Rule era, which is like, yeah, we're keeping all our guys, but then it's like, oh wait, we're keeping all our guys, and we're only 7-6. Yeah, you don't want to be 7-6 and keep your whole roster.
And again, my point was that you hope that through this process, and I get, it's easy to be cynical and just say that every kid is going to go to the highest bidder. What you're hoping through a process like this, because remember, my two-pronged was, hey, you're going to spend money in recruiting and you're going to spend in retention and less on the portal. That you'll have some money to keep those guys or at least be competitive with those guys. But again, it's not like Nebraska's roster is being, combed over in the present. So I think in a good scenario, absolutely, you would like to be one of those programs where people are starting to look at you. And you just hope that through the relationship that you built, the kind of character that you've recruited, and the money you have to retain, that you keep most of those guys and that you continue to feed the cycle.
Another text that we got on the Prairie Flower Casino Zone hotline. By the way, you can enter to win a $100 gift card to the Sky Bar and Grill there.
Yes, you can.
Steve.
1620zone.com.
Steve, thank you, Steve. Steve writes, amazing how through year 4 Rule and still struggling to get to a meaningless bowl game. And the administration is still saying patience, rebuild. They still lose to teams that they out-recruit, spend more dollars on NIL, have better facilities than them, and definitely have more overall support than those lesser programs. It's inexcusable. And Dannon nodded his head to this. Surprising.
Again,
and now Dannon's giving you his talking points.
Dan, not giving him, trust me, he's not giving me his talking points.
Can't give him
I get all that.
John is
but you've got what you've got, and it ain't going nowhere.
That's the biggest key. Isn't that the point in all this?
Yeah, you've got what you've got. So at the very least, what you hope for is that the got that you got gets it.
Nice.
Because
like
I do think the last
90s.
Couple of years, Nebraska was trying too hard to be jack of all trades, master of none. Pick a lane, pick a way, stick to it, especially if it's a lane you're already comfortable being in, and go for it and see what happens. Because the alternative is, well, we're just going to keep chasing it. We can all just sit here and say, well, just spend more money. They don't have it. When it comes to competing with the Indianas and the Penn States and the Ohio States and the Michigans, they don't have it. They're somewhere in the mid-pack of the Big Ten in terms of, the kind of money they have to spend on a roster. So you got to be a little bit better making good food out of the bargain bin. Not 100% bargain bin. It's not like Nebraska's poor. It's not like,
Sometimes you need the canned chicken,
yes,
not the rotisserie
Yes,
chicken.
I get it. Nebraska has historically out-recruited, I'm using air quotes, the Wisconsins and the Iowas.
And they still are.
And they still
And
are.
they're losing to them still. not
Now,
Wisconsin.
now the other part of this that we didn't really talk about was you have added some people on your coaching staff that you feel are a distinct upgrade, particularly on the offensive line.
I thought you were going to say particularly at special teams.
Well, I haven't heard Brett Maher say yet that they're on cruise control.
He never will. No way in hell. Yeah, you hope that they've really upgraded on offensive line.
Yeah.
And you hope that they've upgraded it defensive coordinator. Like that is something they absolutely need right now.
And
they
listen,
need to be better.
Part of this too, and I realize you don't necessarily win ball games this way, but doing it this way is a lot more fan friendly than the transfer portal way. Because as much as people are excited about signing the big free agent, there is still an element of
yeah, but in the
1
end,
year rentals.
People want to win. They don't care.
I know.
People don't care.
I know. But there's a certain pride that you can take if you can be successful this way in doing it this way.
Yeah, I'm not going to disagree with that. If you ask somebody, would you rather win this way or that or the other way? They'd rather win this way.
But
they just
I don't think Matt Rule is comfortable in the portal universe.
Not to keep going negative town. Is that good then in college football right now? Because who is one of the coaches that is most uncomfortable in college football today? Dabo Swinney. Dabo Swinney is very uncomfortable in college football right now. Very. To his detriment. You have to be comfortable with it. So, like, I get what you're saying, but I don't know if it can work. I genuinely don't know if this can work in college football right now. Because you have to get them, you have to identify them, and you have to do it on a budget. And then you actually have to develop them, and then you got to keep them. That's a lot of steps.
Sure it is.
And I don't know if Nebraska can do all those
But
steps.
if you ain't got the money to go out and outbid Indiana for the best linebacker or outbid Penn State for the best cornerback, and you're still dealing with scraps,
I know.
Then you're just bringing in a bunch of people and you're trying to get them to buy into your culture.
Sure. Just saying it's very difficult. You got to be comfortable with it.
Guess what? Winning is hard.
It is very difficult, as we have seen around here for over a decade.
Winning is hard.
It's a hard walk, John. Some would say that Nebraska needs to walk hard down life's rocky road. And they need to walk bold, John.
Bold.
Thank you, Nick.
That's
their creed. It could be their code.
I see what you're going. I see where you're going for there. Joe says, "Are we going to be patient enough for this developmental mindset when we see Indiana winning the portal?"
You have to, because of the contract. Like that again.
Right.
There is this crazy part about this whole discussion that we would not be having had that extension not been signed. We would be doing way different stuff this offseason.
Oh, absolutely.
But instead, you don't have to be patient, but you kind of have to be. Personally, maybe you can be mad as you want. You can call into the show this season and when it's McMaster and Schaefer for the 8th straight week, and you can say all sorts of things. It's not going to mean much, though, because that contract's still there.
The contract is still there.
Mm-hmm.
And who knows? Maybe the idea is, well, it took Fred a few years to get it going.
Oh, yeah, for sure. In a way, the Fred Hoiberg success, it
is
adds
both
pressure and it adds, like, not excuse, but you know what I mean, where it's like, but Fred.
Exactly.
But Fred, what about Fred, though?
Exactly.
Could he be Fred? Thanks, Yogurt, writes Joe.
Stop calling him that. Don't let me call that. Speaking of 5 for 5.
Yeah.
5 for fighting?
What does this mean for Nebraska's quarterback situation? And is Nebraska better off with Calandria than Raiola?
Nice. Good question.
Mr. Collender might have a lot of holes in his game.
Get it?
16-20 the zone.
I don't know. I don't like that Severe guy.
The hell? Severe. If the first word is hash brown, you guys can add patty or something Latin if you want. It's still a hash brown. I knew the first thing I thought walking out of there was, okay, we're back. You just got to go in the back. I'm sorry.
This cat, now he had a good freshman year. He sucked last year. Why is it a surprise that he went through a struggle this year?
Michael already brings the color. I don't care about Fat Luca. I don't care about street clothes Anthony Davis. You both can go to hell.
Michael Black!
What the hell's happening here? This is not Monday. What did we jump in the Cubs back-asswards time machine?
No one cares about the
Move
Cubs,
back to
John.
Monday?
No one cares.
Cubs. What are the Cubs? What are we talking about?
Yeah,
It's a
thank you,
baseball
Michael.
team. Shut up. It's a baseball team. You know
Oh.
the Cubs.
Oh, no, I thought there was something that happened with a time machine involving the Cubs. Are you talking about the movie?
Well, actually, it's both.
Oh, okay.
It feels like it's 1985 again with as many Cubs pitchers are on the DL right now. But that's neither here nor there. But look, it's Michael Severe, and it's not even Monday.
Awesome.
And he's wearing glasses.
I was told. So I had my my eyes checked yesterday, and they did they dilated.
Oh, how many
eyes?
fingers? Oh, never mind.
They dilated it, right? And so I can see fine when I use the computer and I have to do a lot of work. I've been doing grant work for the last 4 days.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah, and so it's and I'm waiting on the accountant to send me the last paperwork so I can load it. It's a blast. Let me tell you right now.
It seems fun.
Yeah, and I may have on a Superman shirt, but I am not Superman when it comes to doing finances and stuff. My Superman shirt. I got all the different old Superman logos. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, I don't. I'm doing my best. I'm trying to get it on. So yeah.
I hear you.
By the way, I got a message from a mutual. I don't want to say friend, person we all know, who says hates the Open, is making a new one. Just say right now.
That
so
this person is making a new Open for you?
You still sound horrible. Yes, that is what I was told.
So I think I sounded better.
You sound a little bit better than you sounded on Monday. When I didn't know it was you. I thought they were some guy from Central Nebraska that was doing the show.
Everyone keeps saying that.
And I was like, who's this new guy? And
How
then
could you
I heard
not
your
tell
voice.
by the bad takes?
Oh no!
Well, I only heard his voice for a second, and I'm like, "Who the hell is with McMaster?" And then I realized, oh, he's sick.
What Open are we talking about? The Open we just played?
Michael's
I believe
Black.
so. I believe so.
So this person, first of all, they are a mutual friend of the show, and they know how to make opens. I mean, that's a very limited pool.
Okay,
of
I'm not saying friend. I'm already frustrated by Connor saying everybody's saying our good friend every time he introduces somebody on the show. Not everybody's your good friend. It's not true.
Would you consider yourself a good friend of John or me? I think I would refer to Michael as my good friend. At the very least, I'd say mentor.
See, I think that
Silence
it's a very simple, it's a very serious thing. This word
To be
friend.
a good friend.
People throw it around all the time.
They do.
You have a lot of acquaintances. You know a lot of people. But honestly, you have a limited amount of people that you really can call your friends, true friends. Like, who's the person helping you to bury a body? Or better yet, kill the person to bury the body. That's the people.
I might ask you to help.
Yeah, and I would help almost anybody.
You would.
Because
I
you're a
would do
good
that.
friend.
I don't know if I'm a good friend, but I don't mind burying a body. But I'm just saying that we throw it around too much. Definitely Connor throws it around. Every person he introduces, he says, our good friend. I'm like, that's not true. That's not your good friend. I mean, really.
It's kind of it's a verbal crutch.
Definitely.
That we do tend to use or people have tended to use. So
okay.
But I do understand where you're coming from. Our
enemy. Michael Severe.
Our former coworker, Michael Severe, joined.
There you go. Yeah. Former coworker. Yeah. Definitely not friends with Stibbs. I know that. I saw that pop up a second ago. I'm like, that is fictional. The two people, Stibbs and Jack, they're on that list.
Your good friend Jack Mitchell.
From Stripes. They're on the list. Winger, you're number one on the list. Stibbs and Jack. 1 and 1A on the list.
All right. So I mentioned this in the last couple of segments. We've been talking about this with Nebraska's recruiting class.
Yeah.
My belief is that Matt Rule he's kind of making the recommitment to saying, if I'm going to die, I'm going to die on my own sword. That being, I'm going to recruit and I'm going to develop. We're not going to throw away the transfer portal, but there has been a recommitment. And I know that the numbers last year, because of the roster limitations, were going to be a smaller class, and this one was going to be a bigger class. But there's just, I don't know, there's a vibe in the air. There's an aggression to it that it feels like Matt Rule is saying, all right, enough of this trying to be, jack of all trades, master of none. I'm going to go back to doing it the way I wanted to do it from the beginning. I'm really going to emphasize the recruiting side of it. And we're going to hope that this is the way forward.
But with that said, John, and I just put together a depth chart for the offense the other day because I was going to use it for the podcast. It didn't happen. I was looking at it, and you still have your most valuable positions are transfers.
Four out
of
right
your
now.
offensive linemen are transfers.
Yes.
Two of your wide receivers, your number one wide receivers, 1 and 1A, are transfers. One of your backup quarterback is a backup, and your main quarterback is a transfer. So, I think there's a mixture of you have to, at certain spots, the offensive defensive line, you have to get old and try to stay old. So you have to do that, right? That's got to happen. But at the same time, I think he knows that he's got a window. Because of the contract, I know you guys joked yesterday about if they started 0-5 or whatever, he'd be fired and you'd have the UCLA situation. I don't know about that. I mean, that's a lot of money to pay, and I don't think it's going anywhere. So I think he knows that no matter what happens this year, he can try to hold this thing together because he's not going anywhere. So it makes it a lot easier to build this big old class where you go out and you get 5 offensive linemen, a bunch of people from Georgia, a couple of kids from Kansas City, and be able to do it that way because he's got a little bit of a leeway. And so, no, I agree with you. That's how he built Temple. That's how he tried to build Baylor. And when he left, it was a completely different era of football. So he's got to mix it now. He's got to be able to figure out how to do both of them. But currently, if you look at the start, there's at least 9 different players, maybe 11, that are going to play a lot that are transfer portal guys.
Right. This is really kind of starting from now and moving forward. Obviously, you can't change anything about the past. And this isn't, again, to say that, Matt Rule is going to completely ditch the portal. But I think it's going to be more selectively. And you might be right. You might be onto something, Michael, that the portal might be used specifically for places like the lines or, depending on the situation, certain maybe receiver or whatever. But everything else, obviously they're going right back into the pool again for cornerbacks. I mean, this is going to turn into, this roster is going to be 99% cornerbacks, it feels like, at some point.
Yeah, when DBs play special teams. And so you always remember when our good friend Scott Frost was hired and talked about how you needed like 19 defensive backs because so many of them are going to be playing on special teams as well. And you got
Riley was a big defensive back guy too. He loved that quarter.
Yeah, so you got to try to have those guys. Obviously, I think the most interesting thing about this class is where it's coming from. Right, they are leaning hard, obviously, in Georgia. They've got a couple out of Kansas City. I think that's going to increase, and they're kind of building where their base for their coaches are. This is where my base is. Jeep Wade, I'm going to go get. This is Mosey and other guys. This is their base. So you see them building it that way. But if you're going to win at this level, I mean, we see it constantly. You have to live in the portal. And John, they got to spend all this money they're going to make off the golf, right? They got to spend that. And so you got to keep getting in the portal. You got to get in there with the golf, and you got to be able to spend all that money you're going to make when you're hitting golf balls.
Now, I heard the boys in the morning talking about this today. Our good friends in the morning.
Our good friends, right, yeah.
Actually, they are my good friends. Yeah.
In the morning talking about this, that some people are like over the top critical of all of this. Are you? Do you fit yourself in that? Are you like looking at this going, man, what are they doing? Building a golf course in the middle of September.
I believe Josh agrees with this, okay? Think about it this way. If another school was doing it, would you make fun of them?
Definitely.
That's how I judge almost everything. The uniforms, I judge. Yes, you would be, if this was a school, especially a school you don't like, right? The ones you want, like a Michigan, right? Well, I know you like Michigan, but Michigan, you would have a field day doing it. You'd be making fun of it. They're hitting golf balls in Memorial Stadium in the week when they're on the road to go into a big game against Oregon. What the hell is going on?
That's the craziest part of it.
In season.
I worry Calandre's going to trip on a golf ball.
You know how much glass there is in West Stadium?
Golf balls. They're going to pick up the golf balls.
What if they miss one?
In all seriousness, though, I'm not as critical of this because I've seen they've done this at Wrigley Field. They do this at a lot of stadiums across the country.
Right.
And so why is Nebraska any different?
All I know is there's somewhere my boy, former Mayor Sutter, was like, let's do the toboggan. Let's the toboggan run up. Let's go. Let's get the toboggan from the top to the bottom.
They should do what they did. They actually did this once at Wrigley Field.
What's
they
that?
built a ski jump.
What?
They built a ski jump.
What's
off
the
of
insurance? What's the insurance for that?
This was
question.
like decades ago, back when insurance, was really cheap.
People got hurt.
They got hurt.
Okay. All right.
They need to build a ski jump.
Do it in South Stadium before they tear it down.
I like the idea of the toboggan run, like they were going to do at TD Ameritrade when it was first built. That was the idea they were going to have there. I get that. I like the idea the guys had this morning about building a water park during the off season in the stadium. That would be kind of funny. But yeah, no, you would make fun of if this was a school, especially a school that you like. It was an enemy of a school you liked, right? Maybe it was one of these Big East schools or whatever. You'd be making fun of.
He likes those schools. Remember, he wants them to win all the time.
Right, that's right. Okay, so yeah. Maybe Kansas State, Missouri, Texas.
Oh, you
remember how much fun we made of Texas when the first time their liquor sales came out and like a big chunk of it was white and red wine.
Yeah,
we were like making fun of them because they were selling so much white and red wine.
Okay,
Excellent
I mean,
comparison.
personally, I don't even know if I would blink an eye if I saw that Iowa was doing this. I'd be like,
Really?
whatever, who cares?
Oh, you've been making fun of Iowa. Come on.
Yeah, I agree.
You'd make that thing that we made yesterday. You'd make one of those for Iowa. Yeah.
I don't know if I still have that, by the way. I think I erased it.
Michael,
yeah.
You're putting a graphic up on the screen?
No. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Impact of the 5 for 5 on Nebraska football over the next few years. How do you think that shows itself?
It shows itself in volleyball. That's what I would worry about because I don't know how the hell you're going to continue to bring the number 1 through 10 player in every year, and you're going to have an extra year of these incredible seniors class that's there now. So I think that affects them more. For football, obviously, the one is the quarterback. Having Calandri, and it's we always compare, and I'm not just the only one. The coaches have done it. Holgerson has done it. We always talk about Diego Pavia. Well, Diego's first year there, he was at Vanderbilt. He was 7-6 or whatever, and had a good year. Had a huge upset and big wins. It was the second year in the system though they really blew up. And so, if you want to keep comparing Calandri and the way he plays to Diego, it certainly fits that, right? It's going to affect it, but if you're going to win in the Big Ten, you've got to be old. Unless you're Ohio State and you've got blue chip guys across the board and you want them to leave by year 3, like LSU used to have, like 20% of their class was gone after year 3 every time because they were going to the NFL. Unless you're that team and maybe USC in terms of recruiting that high, other than that, you're going to have to get old. And so I think it helps Nebraska a lot for the players that are going to get for next year. And including, maybe he goes to the NFL, but I don't know what Pritchett's plans are. I don't know what Brandon Black's plans are. I don't know. Those guys, I have no idea what their plans are. And so maybe those are guys who aren't going to be getting drafted high enough to where that they would come back. I don't know.
And I've got nothing against the kids that are currently in school now. I just wish they would have started this with this year's class. That the 5 for 5 starts with this class.
Oh, with the 2026, 2027 freshmen?
Yes.
Yeah. It's going to cause a math problem again.
It is going to cause another math problem because, I mean, we've seen this happen already when they added the COVID year. Yeah. How much of a chaos did that create? A lot.
I wouldn't call it chaos, John. I mean, in Genesis, they used the word chaos for the starting of the entire universe. This is not chaos. It's not chaos. It was a little. It was some math. There was some math going on.
God, yeah.
It wasn't chaos, and God walked out into the darkness.
Fauci invented COVID.
Oh, thank you, Fauci.
Oh, wow. Okay, let's not do that. Hold on. I'm curious. Is Grimm there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Hello.
I'm sure he gave you a dirty look for that.
He's playing chess.
I'm doing puzzles.
Video.
He's playing chess.
Puzzles.
He's counting the amount of people that have the flu at different army bases, which I think is great. Yes, it's not. Yeah, it makes it a little bit more difficult, but at the same time, it helps. Right? There's going to be, if you look, okay, who won the national championship this past year?
Indiana.
Who was the runner-up?
Miami.
Both schools averaged like 24 years old, right? So it obviously can help you a lot to have that, and Nebraska needs that. Yeah, the grown men play. BYU did it for years, right? BYU did it. Guys went on Utah too. They go on their Mormon mission, and they come back, and all of a sudden, Hell, Army, 1946, one of the oldest teams in the history of college football. Everybody was off in the military. They came back and went back and played for Army and Notre Dame.
Thank you, Mr. H.
We're on episode 5 of that Tom Hanks World War II. Oh my God!
I have not seen this yet.
I bought it. I bought it through Amazon. It's through the History Channel, but I don't get the History Channel on anything that I have. The only thing they have it on is Hulu Live, but you can buy the whole thing for like $19 in HD on Amazon. And so me and my son are watching it.
Channel on the YouTube TV.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, you don't. Not this. No, you don't.
Really?
It's not on there. Nope. It's
$25.
It makes you pay for it if you go to it on your history. So the History Channel is available like on Hulu and on Disney, right? As the subscribers, so you can go there and then it asks you to pay for it.
Yeah, I just looked at history.com. I subscribe to UTV. Can I watch history? No, it's not currently available.
No, Hulu Live is the only one, the only service, but then you can buy it through Amazon. I watched the first couple episodes through like somebody had put it up on YouTube, but then they got wiped out, and so I just said, let's just buy this thing forever. It's that good. It's worth. Look, we bought the John Wick series. If I'm gonna buy the John Wick series,
why not buy the World War II thing?
Is the Hanks is it better than Ken Burns' World War II?
It's so Tom Hanks does the movie at the World War II Museum in New Orleans. And it's one of the best movies you'll ever see. It's in 4D, by the way. They actually have the seats shake and snow falls through during the winter of 1944 and all that stuff happens. It's a lot like that. It's him telling stories. It's a bunch of people who are historians. Matter of fact, one of them is a historian from Sam Houston State University, who's a World War II historian, which I thought was kind of cool. And then they have a bunch of other but they have video and photos.
That's what I was going to ask.
You've never seen before.
Which is incredible to me. How do these things still exist? I mean, I figure we've seen everything about this war.
There's a picture and video of that first day, September 1st, 1939, invasion of Poland. And right after the invasion happens, Mr. H goes out and meets in front of the Politburo Bureau or whoever the hell it is. And that video is like seen for the first time.
Wow.
It's awesome.
All right, now I want to spend $25.
Yeah, it
was $19 on Amazon, I believe.
Okay.
I just looked it up. It was 25. So you must have gotten it on a sale.
Oh, sale. I like that.
That sounds good. Watch, World War II with Tom Hanks. Buy season 1 HD, $24.99.
By the way, I saw a joke today on the For You tab, which is a classic place that you'll appreciate, Michael. It said, if you watch Jaws backwards, it's about a happy shark who gives back body parts.
Oh, that's very nice. It is Jaws.
I always considered Jaws to be the hero of that movie. I mean, hey, bro, you in the water, that's his house.
That's
he
true.
ain't coming in your house. He's going to his house.
He's not your good friend.
He is not.
He's definitely not your good friend. No, he is not your good friend at all. So
that's why
I'm not Connor on Happer and Schaefer. Our good friend, the shark, is on.
Hey, speaking of that, there was a video out today. It was taken from like a drone or a helicopter. Someone was paddleboarding, and they could see the shark. The shark never attacked, but it was like right there. And I'm like, this is why anytime I go out by the ocean, I'm like, you want to go in the ocean? That's fine. I'm staying right here.
Man, the fear, because I'm too young, obviously, but the fear that people had that summer when that movie came out. My mom's told me the story a million times.
Oh, yeah.
And when it came out, everyone was like, nope, we are not going to the beach.
Even before the movie, the book did it to people because it was a bestseller. Everybody read the book. Everybody had. My mom, I remember having a original copy of that thing from 1974 or whenever it was written. And even when the book came out, people were terrified to go in the water. And it killed tourism in a whole bunch of different places. And then they tried to make it worse by releasing, remember they released Barracuda and then Orca and all those other movies after that too. Yeah. So
incredible.
It's absolutely incredible. By the way, by the 5 for 5 thing, I don't have the passion that you guys have on the guys having to leave. If it's somebody I enjoy watching, I'm cool for them staying for a while, especially if they are an NFL guy. If they're not going someplace else and they can, through whatever rules are made, stay an extra year and I get to watch them play for another year, it doesn't bother me. It just doesn't. That's not something that worries me. I was in college for a very long time. You know, I started college in 87. Between the Army and everything, I didn't really graduate until almost 95. So I'm fine with people staying in college for as long as they want to stay.
I was a 5.5-year guy myself.
I mean, I was a 5-year guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I completed, once I got out of the military, I was taking 22, 24 hours, 27 hours. But it took me a while to get through. So I'm not as passionate as you guys are about it. I do like the idea. I think you guys know this. I'm a rules guy. I believe in following the rules. And so I do like the idea of putting a rule in that's going to avoid all of the litigation that we've been dealing with. You're not going to have to worry about people going to court.
Oh,
you can't sue us.
The rule is attorneys are against the law.
That is quite the rule.
Attorneys are definitely mad. They're going to be losing some money because of this.
Someone wants to know who the number 12 is on that. Is it on the shelf up there above your head?
Oh, there's like a Beanie Baby.
Is that a Beanie Baby?
Name on the back, baby. Turner Gill.
Turner Gill. A Turner Gill Beanie Baby. I didn't know there was such a
thing. Goat.
You got Behringer?
Oh, that's cool.
A Behringer Beanie Baby.
What 7 do you think this is? What
Crouch.
7?
Crouch.
Yeah.
It's Frost.
Oh,
It's
that
Frost.
You know what? Throw that Beanie Baby in the ocean with Frost.
We had them all. So we had one of the doctors over at the hospital when Miles was born, Dr. Raminga, God rest his soul, bought us these, and they were all on like one of those mobiles that went around. And there was 8 of them. One of them was Guy Chamberlain, was one of them.
Oh, wow.
Had no number on it. It was just his name on the back.
He didn't have a number.
Had his number on the back. And so I've had those since Miles was born. So 20, almost 21 years we've had those.
Whoa.
Yeah. And then we got, of course, our good friend. And I will say my good friend.
There's Ver.
Yeah.
There's Vers.
Vers there.
Absolutely.
The one that bothers people is the one down in the corner here that you barely can see. This book. It's the Pete Souza book, of the presidency of Obama.
Oh, there it is. I can tell.
Yeah.
It's old Barry.
Nice.
Yeah, cuts his face in half when we have the video.
It's a great Souza's incredible. You know, he also shot pictures for Reagan and other presidents as well. But some of the stuff he captures in that book is pretty darn
interesting.
Cool. Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on it.
This was great,
couple
Michael.
days late, and it sounded good, and the video was good.
Yeah,
it worked. Yes, did it from here. I got my new headphones for when I'm at home next time.
Nice.
So that's awesome, and I can't wait to go hit some golf balls at Memorial Stadium with you guys.
Let's go. It's going to be a party.
We can do 1620 the pregame from there.
You think they'll allow me up there?
No.
I heard we're doing home games and road games both.
That's the goal.
I think we're seeing the director of this project tonight, so maybe we'll ask.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are going to dinner tonight, I heard.
Yeah.
Well, hope you get some caviar.
Because we're...
Yeah, right. Like, can I just keep adding stuff to the company card? That's my goal tonight.
Hell yeah.
I want to. It's like when you guys went to Indianapolis. I'm going to ask for forgiveness, not permission.
Oh my God,
we did spend a lot in Indianapolis.
I'm so sad that I wasn't there.
So much money in Indianapolis. Oh my God, that was when we were at the Tilted Kilt.
I showed up the next day. And I was
the tilted kilt. Yeah.
I remember. I thought that I sounded sober, and then I saw my parents the next day, and they were like, "Hey, were you drinking on Bigger No Reaction?" I said, "No, I hadn't had anything in a few hours. Why?" And they were like, "Yeah, we could tell."
Yeah.
It's like Wolf of Wall Street. You think everything is normal?
No,
you're the one that's drunk. You're the one who's drunk or high, and then you realize
Quaaludes.
Quaaludes. Yep.
All right, we got to run.
All right, guys. See you later, guys. Bye bye.
We will be back. 1620 zone. Dumb Debates is still coming up. Get your dumb debates in now. Liquid Trucking Zone Twitter feed at USC 1620. Use hashtag dumb debates. Also, Equitable Bank Zone inbox. John at 1620thezone.com. Josh at 1620thezone.com.
Have you also seen the website, John? We're doing mega deal week on the 1620thezone.com today.
No, I didn't see that.
Crackling Kirks.
Oh, the we're in fireworks season.
Oh, yeah. $50 voucher for only $25. That's pretty sweet. 1620thezone.com.
This, I mean, good for those people that are going to be able to do that.
What are you about to say?
This might be a more quiet 4th of July in our immediate vicinity.
Oh, because the libs? You live around a lot of libs?
No.
Well, why otherwise?
Why would I thought
they're not libs aren't celebrating the 4th this year? I figured that's what you were going for.
Oh,
is that making a lib joke?
Is that true? Are they not celebrating the 4th?
I mean, I really don't celebrate the 4th anymore. You know,
I'd spend the 4th making sure my very real dog is okay. She hates fireworks.
Banks?
We hang out in the basement the whole time, honestly.
It rocks. Banks doesn't care one iota.
No, it's just that,
Misty
my
freaks
son
out.
might be working that day.
What?
Well, he works for the post office, so
They work on the 4th?
Yeah, rain, sleet, snow, or fireworks.
That's right. They always.
What?
I figured that government. He gets.
Wait, the United States Postal
So,
Service?
I mean,
well, yeah, it never stops.
if he's working on
yes,
a
it
holiday,
does. They take holidays off.
if you work on a holiday, I think you get like 3 times the pay.
Oh, so he's volunteering for it.
No,
Oh,
he's just low man on the totem pole.
Wait, really? I thought that they had the day off because isn't that a government job?
Well,
It is.
a lot of the carriers do, but they're still mail
like
to
I
be
know the
gathered
mail
and
doesn't
sorted.
stop, but I thought that it was just like we'll figure it out the next day.
No, it never stops.
And it's a Saturday. That's double pain.
that's always been my
Well,
backup
because
plan.
that's his regular schedule anyway. He works.
Yeah.
His days off are Mondays and Tuesdays.
I'm having a friend over. We're gonna grill and have
Nice.
a lovely evening.
I thought you said you didn't celebrate.
I mean, we don't like crap off. We let other people spend money.
We're
on Crackling Kirks.
And yes, take advantage. Go to
Yeah.
the mega deals at 1620thezone.com.
Yeah.
Nice.
Do you want to, while we have a brief moment,
Sharks?
You want to see a dead body?
Yeah.
Well, it's not really a dead body,
Snuff films
but
are illegal.
from Conor O'Gara.
Conor O'Gara.
What did we use from him? He did the interview with Rule, right?
No,
Or no,
he did the hey, have you seen what Rule's buyout is?
Oh, yes.
And then you spun it into even more content.
I did.
Okay.
He ranked the SEC quarterbacks.
Wow. That is some prime June content.
Ranking of SEC quarterbacks. We'll zoom in on this bad boy. Trinidad Chambliss, who in another universe wouldn't be back, is number 1.
I guess I agree with Michael on this one. I'm excited to watch him.
Gunnar Stockton is number 2. Arch is number 3.
So the number 1
So the guy
overall
who's going
draft
to win.
pick
So the guy who's going to be the Heisman Trophy winner is
is only the third best quarterback in
And
his own
who's going to be the
conference.
new Dolphins quarterback?
That is very exciting for you, Nick.
Lenoris Sellers, who I believe is in his 8th year. of college.
Yikes. Okay, real quick. Pause. If your conference has Lenoris Sellers as the 4th best quarterback, your conference is not serious. That is bad. Okay, wait. What?
Your conference is not serious?
He sucks. I am so out on Lenoris Sellers.
I mean, the conference is serious. They just may not be
no.
as good.
Serious is the sound.
Oh, look, Kenny Minchie.
That's what my point was.
Oh, I thought you were going to make
Look at
fun
where
of
me-
Sam Levitt all the way
look at-
down at 9.
Look at where Minchie is.
Wow, 13.
13th out of 16 quarterbacks.
What a weird collection of quarterbacks.
That was kind of my point was, man, there's some really dudes here.
Seriously, I love Trinidad Chambliss. I think he rocks. I am sadly kind of in on Gunnar Stockton, and I think Arch is going to have a good year. Sam Levitt.
Arch is going to have a really good year.
Yeah, Sam Levitt being that low is incredibly strange to me. And I'm not even pretending like I'm a huge Sam Levitt fan, but he's with Lane Kiffin, and I believe in Lane Kiffin as a quarterback developer. So I'm a little perplexed by that.
You know what really sticks out to me?
What's that, Nick?
Aaron
Philo at Florida.
Tennessee is the 14th at George McIntyre.
Yeah.
And yet Matt Rule is still too scared to play them.
Oh, they could have played Tennessee in their 14th best quarterback in a 16-team conference.
They could have, but somebody got too scared.
They were tearing down the stadium, Nick. It's going to be windy.
How's that? How is that right now, by the way, the wind tunnel?
Not because the stadium's still intact. Actually,
Yeah, the stadium's still intact. They haven't done any serious work yet.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some names on here I had to think about. It's like Kamario Taylor, never heard of him. Keelan Russell, never heard of him.
I mean, John Mateer.
I also don't follow recruiting that closely because it really
KJ.
And how about
Jackson?
poor Vanderbilt? They go from the tops to the bottoms. Old Jared Curtis getting last place.
Jay Kurtz.
I didn't realize KJ Jackson was still playing college football. He's the Arkansas quarterback. Yeah, it's a rough group.
I got a nickname though, Aaron Philo Beto. That's a movie we need to have in Movie Club.
I don't know. What is this? What?
John, tell us about the movie from the 50s.
From the 70s,
Okay.
Every Which Way But Loose with Clint
I've
Eastwood.
heard of the title before.
I've also heard of the
Philo
title.
Beto was the name of Clint Eastwood's character.
Was that the one where Clint Eastwood had a monkey?
Yep.
Oh, there you go, Nick.
We need
You're out on monkeys?
It feels like such a weird, like, it's Clint Eastwood and he has a monkey.
Sounds like a sitcom.
Exactly.
Thursday nights on NBC.
It's a good movie. There's a lot.
Or it's like a weird
There's beer drinking and fighting.
Can this racist old white guy and this chimpanzee get along?
I've never seen the movie where he played the
Clint
racist.
Eastwood? What?
Have you seen Gran Torino?
Yeah,
He's pretty racist in that.
He played a
He's
racist.
playing a character.
That's what Nick's talking about. He's saying the character is racist.
Yes, John. And he was
the
in the
character in
70s.
Every Which Way But Loose wasn't racist.
Severe says it's an effing orangutan.
My
That
bad.
is true. It is an orangutan,
Come on.
which means guess what? Nick's going to get a healthy dose of right turn, Clyde.
Stibbs writes, why do I know the Kenny Minchie name? Stibbs, how could you forget? He committed
He's
Nebraska for
he's
one day.
Former Nebraska quarterback Kenny Minchie.
Mhm.
How can we forget former Nebraska quarterback Kenny Minchie?
He was going to be a legend, and now they have Collender leading the way.
Mr. Collender.
Uh-huh.
Do
what was
not-
the reason? Because he has a lot of holes.
We
That's pretty funny.
Holes in his
don't
game.
do that.
What?
Because now I'm going to start thinking his name is Colin.
We're going to have a quarter jar for John when he says Collender.
Collender jar.
I'm doing it as a bit. John's going to do it on accident. Oh, Stibbs, good point. I guess Nick doesn't like the Hollywood blockbuster Dunstan Checks In.
I don't know what this is.
What do you know about Dunstan Checks In, John? Jason Alexander.
Dunston's checked in. Is this when Sean
host-
Dunston took over the shortstop for Larry
No,
Bola?
he's the hotel manager, and his son hangs out with a monkey. It was a classic as a kid. It's literally like, hey, the kid hangs out with a monkey all day, and his dad owns the
By the way,
hotel.
okay, so I just saw it.
Tarps off,
The
John.
tarps off thing is getting really
It has
tired and
jumped the
stupid.
shark.
Oh, hey, look. The Rockies are a run away from tacos.
Well, I just saw
they tied
I
it.
just saw the graphic.
What's
So
that?
the Rockies, the whole game, I
Why would
realize
you
there's
care?
there's like one person
People are
outside
turning
of
the
Nick
channel.
that-
They're crashing their cars. Please, anything but this.
Boston has had a lot of errors.
Every time the Rockies score, the little graphic pops up on the screen. 5 more runs until Taco Bell. Because the Rockies have this gimmick where if you score 7 runs, you get free Taco Bell.
got a
But I
runner on.
just saw the promotion. It's for a free taco the next day between 4 and 6 p.m.
Yes, John. That's
what
peak
a
Taco
bunch
Bell
of
hours.
crap.
You can't even eat Taco Bell between 4 and 6.
First of all, 4 and 6 p.m. is not peak Taco Bell. Peak
Yeah,
Taco
4
Bell
to
is
6
midnight to
a.m.
2
I
a.m.
know. I was doing a joke.
Oh, good one, Nick. We all understood.
I mean, they can't even let them have the whole day.
That's pretty
At least when the Royals did if the Royals score a dozen, you get a dozen donuts,
Oh,
which
that's
we
fun.
cashed in on. It was awesome.
Go Royals.
You got the whole day to do it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, Boston's terrible.
They are.
Whatever's happening in
Oh.
their outfield and
Oh.
yeah. They keep dropping the ball.
Plus-
the shortstop picked up the ball earlier and dropped it trying to put it over to second.
Yikes.
Plus, the amount of people who would actually cash in on those tacos is so small anyway. Give them the whole day, not a
seriously.
2-hour window.
So
oh,
is
here's
it-
a 2-hour window. You get a free
Is
taco.
it all fans who you just go to a local Taco Bell, or is it you have to have a seat?
Oh, no, in the Rockies, it's probably only the bougie fans get it.
That's pretty weak.
The people who don't eat Taco Bell.
I believe you can just go to Taco Bell and ask for the Rockies taco.
By the way, Thomas writes,
Or it might be in the app.
into the Equitable Bank inbox. John's neighborhood used to have awesome fireworks show. My brother-in-law used to live there. If I recall correctly, the guy who spent thousands of dollars of his own money to put it on moved out of the neighborhood. He would do it next to the pond near, and then I won't say where this place is because I don't want to dox John. That place, is that true? Do you remember this? Do you remember a fireworks man near there?
Yeah.
Wow, good
When
for
I-
them.
when
Well,
I-
there was the other fireworks guy who did a lot of stuff too, even brought in porta potties for the event. And then
Stinky.
And then some things happened in which the man got arrested.
Like Jared from Subway kind of stuff?
It's in the ballpark.
By the way, hope you're in round
and the
Taco Bell from 4 to 6 tomorrow in Denver.
But the house also needed to be deloused.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, it was a bad situation.
This was the fireworks guy?
He was one of the guys that bought a lot of fireworks.
Oh, nasty.
When I
we
was
had a lot of pyromaniacs in our neighborhood.
When I was a young boy in Iowa, back when fireworks were illegal, so more fun, we our family friend of ours used to put together this giant fireworks show every year, and the county sheriffs never arrested him because they're like, "Hey, it was a good show."
It's like tailgating on a game day in Lincoln. They don't care. If
They used to watch.
Honestly,
Honestly,
drink out of a red Solo cup and
the
you're fine.
only time we'd ever see county cops on our road was during that time, and he'd just be making sure everything was fine, but he'd never arrest anybody. They'd watch.
That's talking fireworks on the Grum.
Well, coming up next, I suppose it's 100 days to college football.
Oh, we haven't got 100 days to the NFL in a few days either. We need to do that.
Why can't we just talk about tacos from 4 to 6 p.m. again?
Game's almost over, Nick. Game's almost over. They bunted the run in, by the way.
If you happen
small ball.
If you happen to be in the Denver metro area, don't forget to cash in tomorrow afternoon between 4 and 6 on your tacos. Of course, knowing this organization, there's probably like 4 and 6 right now, which means people are like, "Oh, can't do anything about it."
By the way, speaking of small ball, a huge congratulations to Alex and Tay on the birth of their child.
His name is Small Ball?
No.
Are you commenting on Alex's balls?
No, their child, John. They haven't had
just commenting on the child.
No, he
balls?
likes bunting.
Oh.
He's a huge fan of bunting. Small ball is a baseball term, John. I know that you don't know about baseball. This was your first College World Series. Leave it to the professional on-field reporters, us dugout reporters. We know what we're talking
Congrats on the sex, by the way.
Congratulations to Alex and Tay.
Nice.
I will not say the child's name because it is not my story.
You already did. Small Ball.
It's not my story to tell. Maybe I will call their child Small Ball.
What is it? Is it a nuclear?
They haven't announced it. I don't want to be the one to announce it. It's not my story.
Oh,
to
so
tell.
you don't know?
I know it. He told me what the name of the baby
Have they
is.
announced the birth yet? Did you just announce the birth on the air?
So I actually don't know, but Happer did it this morning.
Okay.
And so once he did, I
so
was
now
like,
you have
I can do
cover.
it too. Yeah, for sure. I'm like, well, Happer already did it.
Well, congratulations to little Ignatius.
Little Small Ball. Good job by you on being born into the world. We're happy for you.
Baby Alex Gordon home run in Game 1 of the 2015 World Series Cinderella is a beautiful name. Thank you, Kenneth.
That's awesome. Good job by you, Kenneth.
All right, back in a minute. 16:20 zone. It's only 100 days of college football.
Come on!
Oh yeah, that's what we're doing.
Unreal.
That's
Nah,
okay,
don't worry
okay.
about it. We're
Are
a
you
little
sure?
behind anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, we're a little behind anyway.
You're behind.
This is a stat from.
That's 100 days, a stat.
Well, you know who else?
4.3 yards per carry.
You know,
Stat
another one of the people in the college football sphere that is always shaking hands emoji with Josh is white t-shirt wearing guy.
Oh my gosh, not him. What
No,
did he
you-
do this time?
You and him, you're like
no,
you're like
we are
brothers.
not like 2 peas in a pod or carrots.
Yeah, you're 2 peanuts in a shell.
But he had a stat on comparing the Big Ten to the SEC.
Okay. See if I agree with old Pate.
Well, I mean, it's a stat.
More like
so
Josh
it's-
Paste.
So it's like based in fact.
Okay.
Which don't care about your feelings.
If you
That's true.
take the top 3 teams in each conference and you're judging it by their record the last 2 years.
Wait, say that again.
So top 3 teams in each conference.
Okay.
Based on the records they've had the last 2 years. Top 3 teams in the Big Ten are Ohio State, Indiana, and Oregon.
Yeah.
Top 3 teams in the SEC,
Georgia, Bama, and
Georgia,
Texas?
Texas, and Ole Miss.
Oh, wow. Tough look for Bama.
And you compare those teams' records against the rest of the conference.
Oh, I bet it is a lot to a little.
In the Big Ten, the combined records of Ohio State, Indiana, and Oregon versus the rest of the Big Ten
Is undefeated. No, Ohio State lost to Michigan 2 years ago. So it's 1 loss, right?
1-48.
Yeah. That's the only loss in there.
In
And
the,
then
in the
SEC?
SEC, Georgia, Texas, Ole Miss.
So Texas has lost to, well, I know they lost to Florida last year, but otherwise they usually just lose to Georgia. And then Ole Miss, they've lost to Georgia. Is it going to be a similar number? 1 or 2 is my guess.
6-37.
Okay, so a few more in there. Oh, yeah, because Georgia always loses to Alabama. Wow.
6-37.
So what is old Pasty saying here? The
Well,
Big Ten is weaker at the top. That's my takeaway.
The Big Ten is weaker at the top.
SEC is weaker at the top.
Ah,
Rats, I said it wrong.
actually,
I think what he's saying is that the SEC is a deeper
SEC
conference.
is a deeper conference, and this now leads me to a sad, but I believe inevitable conclusion
What's that?
that the SEC is going to cave on this stupid playoff thing. Because remember, the SEC is going to 9 conference games.
That is a good opinion there because they're going to jump up to 9 this year. Thus,
Because
that
I was
number
thinking-
is going to go higher. It
Because
has
if you
to.
think about it right now, and it's not a totally 1-for-1 because famously the Big Ten never wins in baseball. But you
That's
look
true.
at SEC baseball,
challenge themselves.
look at how deep that conference is.
Mhm.
And you can have a team that finished 11th place.
Mhm.
11th place in the SEC wins the national championship.
Mhm.
Well, that's only possible is because they have a 64 team field
Mhm.
and they get a lot of at-large teams. Now, you're not going to get a 64 team playoff in college football, despite what Tony Petitti has to say. But
New bit.
But I think, especially after this season, I mean, you've already got folks in the SEC who are
They're
saying
crying about it. Yeah,
that we should have
we were
20
going to expand and have more
that we,
playoff
that we
teams.
should have 24 teams.
Yeah.
After this season, the caving will happen, and we're going to get a crappy 24 team playoff.
Man, that sucks. You're probably right though.
We're going to get a crappy 24
Because they're the
team
only ones holding the line, holding the door, some would say. They're the only ones. And so, unless they keep holding that line, which I don't think they will once the playoff expands, because again, they thought that they were getting a bigger playoff when the coaches agreed to going to 9 conference
Mhm.
games. Not that it was exactly their choice, but they were fine with it
Mhm.
because they expected there to be an expanded playoff. Bummer.
Bummer. By the way, after I interviewed Greg Sankey last week on the College
Did you
World Series
kiss his
broadcast-
boots? Did you lick? Let me lick
No,
your
but
boots.
I did as I left. I said,
love you.
Daddy's home.
and
Lick,
I
lick, lick.
appreciate you holding the line on the playoff.
You said that on the
debate."
air or off the air?
No, I was off the air.
What did he laugh? Did he
Oh.
say, "Thank you, Steve"?
He said, "Yeah, and that Tony Petitti is full of crap."
Nice. Good job by
No,
you,
he
Greg.
just kind of laughed.
What did Jim Phillips say? Did you say, "Hey,
Jim Phillips, very nice guy.
he's a Big Ten guy"? Of course, he's nice.
Well, he's an ACC guy.
He was a Big Ten originally. He was. Remember, he was a Northwestern athletic director.
I understand
Did
that.
you say, "Do you miss the Big Ten"? Man, isn't the Big Ten fun? Did you say that to him?
No,
Oh, you didn't say that to him.
no.
Understandable. Did you get a chance to talk to Bob Stoops and Barry Switzer?
I talked to Barry.
You did? On the air?
No, not on the air.
Oh, off the air. Yeah.
No, we didn't go up to the suite.
I tried to get him on the game, and just couldn't make it happen. Scheduling conflict. Unable to happen.
Coming up next, it's Dumb Debates.
Wow, Nick is really into this baseball game here. They're a pitch away from winning.
Dumb
I'm into it.
Debates.
So rare.
Which is going to include some news that might not be known to all.
Whoa. Are you about to make a huge announcement?
No, it's not really.
Are you guys having another kid?
It is kind of a
Another
big
small
announcement.
ball.
It is kind of a big announcement, which I am going to enjoy immensely.
Uh-oh, I'm a little scared about this. Also, Pedro has a sports question that's related to soccer that I think you're actually going to really like. And it's going to be fun to figure out the answer to it.
Rockies win.
Dumb Debates next on 1620 The Zone.
Listeners and not to, we did anyway. Dumb debating.
John's computer sucks, Macs are the only way. Dumb debating.
Fullbacks are running backs, hamburger steaks.
Josh is too dumb to eat a cupcake.
Mayo base.
Does John like Nebraska or Creighton?
Just three radio hosts on air, dumb debating. Die for the pylon or give up on the plate, dumb debating.
Millennials are great and old should go away. Dumb debating.
Rarely do we find any common ground.
Josh wants his food to be the best around.
Even if it gives him fatal flatulation.
Just three radio hosts on air, dumb debating. When a tree falls down and nobody's around, you can bet your ass it won't make a sound. Water ain't wet, you know nothing about hydration. Just three radio hosts on air, dumb debating. Just three radio hosts on air, dumb debating.
We are live with Dumb Debates, our weekly Wednesday happy hour segment where we tackle your debates right here. You send them to us into the Equitable Bank Zone inbox. John at 1620thezone.com or Josh at 1620thezone.com. Or you can tweet them at us in the Liquid Trucking Zone Twitter feed. Please use the hashtag Dumb Debates. It makes it so much easier. Who would like to start?
I got one. So a Brazilian psychic with over 24 million
a Brazilian
followers.
sidekick?
Psychic, John.
Oh.
This is not the first and only question that we'll have involving Brazil, by the way, so stay tuned. Has predicted a mass alien invasion during the Brazil-Scotland World Cup match tonight. So here's my question. Do you want to be alive if and when aliens invade Earth?
No.
And now here's where, okay, thanks for answering so quickly. Nick always says, how do we know they're coming to kill us, blah, blah, blah. I don't care about that part. I just want to know if you want to be alive when it happens.
Yes.
If you want to be in the room where
Nope.
it happens.
That would be sick AF. Are you kidding me?
No.
Absolutely.
No.
I stand with Nick on this. I think it would be cool. You
No.
get to be the species that connected with another life form.
Well, they're
John-
not coming to meet with you.
Yeah.
They ain't going to land in your house,
But-
probably. They're probably going to land in a bigger population area.
John,
But it'd
wouldn't
be cool to see it on TV.
right? Because like,
But then here's the problem.
I know conspiracies. I get what would happen.
Exactly. And then people would be like, oh, that's crap. I saw it on CNN. It's not true. Oh, I saw it on
But
Fox.
I log
It's not
off.
true."
I'll log off the internet, and I just want to be like, I was alive when aliens
So,
made contact.
okay.
No, no.
Let's-
No, but there would be the people say, oh, it's fake. Blah, blah.
without being pessimistic for a second, John, going through
Thank
all
you,
of our
Nick.
lifetimes, all the big things in my lifetime have been really depressing.
9/11.
No, so were
9/11.
the aliens because they're probably here to
COVID.
eat us.
Oh, but they might not be, John. Maybe they're chill.
In the words of Gorilla Monsoon, highly unlikely.
How could you possibly know that? Why would you default
Why else would they come here?
to see what's up? Why do we go to the moon? To
That's
see
a
what's
good-
up.
Now that's a
Think
good
about it.
argument.
Think about it.
We do
Think
go to the
about
moon to
this.
see what's up.
Think about it for just
I
a
am
second.
landed on the moon to see what's up.
Maybe they're just alien astronauts, John. What if Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong Neil Armstrong, they
You
went
know-
to the moon,
You know why
and there
we
were aliens there, and people killed them because they thought they were trying to attack. They just wanted to see what was up.
You know why we landed on the
One
moon?
small step for man.
A, it was close, and B, we knew there wasn't anybody there. If a species of a higher intelligence,
Because they would be a higher intelligence if they came all the way.
because they have the ability
Because
to
they'd have to
travel
come from a
through
different
space
galaxy.
and have warp
Far, far away.
technology.
Now, question.
They would be here to conquer us,
No.
not to
Conquer
be
me,
friends.
Daddy.
It's a weird assumption to draw.
What do you mean it's a weird assumption? Know your Star Trek history. Remember, the Vulcans didn't
We're
make
the red
first
shirts, Nick.
contact until we had successfully tested our warp.
Yeah,
drive.
and then the Vulcans weren't here to invade. They were here to help.
Yes, but
they
that's the
were
point.
seeing what was up.
But we don't have the technology to be able to go visit them.
Alex and Lincoln text in. First thing they'd say to us is, "You down?" Oh,
Yeah.
Nick,
You
Grigg,
guys down.
are you down to come on my radio show, Aliens?
Alien, let me interview
Think
you.
we do the show
I
from
think
home?
you're chill.
Think we do the show from home?
I can't. It'd be like a snowstorm.
There
I'd have
wouldn't-
to come in.
There wouldn't be a show.
Yeah, Nick goes,
It'd be
would we
one-
talk about it on the air? He said that during break. Yeah, I think we would, Nick. I think we would talk about aliens.
My
on
guess
the-
is-
Stick to sports,
What does
please.
this mean for the college football season? Are we going to have to cancel it? Would they cancel sports? That's the question. Would they cancel sports?
I have no idea.
I mean, we cancel sports because of COVID.
Well, I mean,
I bet we would.
They would probably cancel sports because we'd be dead.
No, what if they did like in Independence
Oh,
Day?
what if
where
they
all
just what if they
flew
just
down?
probed us instead?
No, the ships are just chilling.
Good news. Nebraska could play Iowa this
John,
week. They got their
You're
probing done.
fear-mongering aliens.
Yeah.
Maybe they're just explorers.
I want to be
John.
alive for this because if they kill us, who cares? But if they don't, it's pretty cool.
I think the worst case scenario, if aliens come,
You've lived a good life. You can die. It's
Yeah.
fine. Right? Haven't you lived a good life? You've
Well,
been
then
okay with your life.
Why don't you just run on traffic?
No, I'm not
right
saying
now?
I want to die. I'm just saying if I
It
did
does
die,
It does sound like you
I've
do
lived
want
a
to
solid
die.
life. It was pretty good. If this is it, if the aliens come down and
it's
blast
been a
me-
beautiful ride.
Good reference, Nick.
Thank you. I think the biggest concern we would have if aliens were coming to Earth would be whatever alien diseases they brought with them that our immune system isn't ready for.
You're saying that it's like Christopher Columbus sailing the ocean blue?
Or many other
So we're gonna get
conquistadors.
smothered in a bunch of alien blankets.
Yes.
Come on.
Bleep blorp, here's a blanket.
Oh, I know my history. I ain't taking no alien blankets. I'll keep your blankets. I don't want your disease.
I'm not saying that if aliens come, they're absolutely not going to conquer us, but I don't think your assumption should be that they're just going to do that.
I want to be here. Anyway, that's
You guys enjoy it.
Cool. I hope it happens when we're alive.
Did you see this? Did you hear about this?
Tell me more.
Strangely enough, we're hosting the world's biggest soccer tournament this month.
Yeah, I know it's not on right now. We should turn it off at MLB TV because it's broken. Let's go to soccer.
Do you know, at the end of the Super Bowl, they usually get one of the ex-players to come out and present the trophy.
Yeah.
Do you know who is presenting the giant elephant tumor trophy?
My guess, because I saw that he's going to be at the final, would be President T.
It is President T.
Classic. That guy loves
President
being
T is going to present the trophy to the winners of the World Cup.
I mean, he is the FIFA Peace Prize winner.
That's true, Nick. Excellent point by you.
Which, by the way, I might actually tune in to watch that part because I'm just curious to see what kind of reaction.
John's going to watch soccer for Trump.
Do we think that President T is going to think that the
presentation.
trophy's for him and he's going to try to take it?
That would be funny, actually.
He might. So what's the dumb debate here?
Yeah.
What is a more awkward trophy
Great question.
trophy presenter?
A more awkward presenter?
Yeah, what's a more awkward combination of trophy presenter to
the event that is
happening?
Of people that are alive?
Sure.
I mean, it'd be pretty awkward if
Fair. Because
if Ronald Reagan was doing
I was going to try to say like Mr. H giving away a peace prize of some sort. I mean, that would be, we've obviously hit the over today. But that was the first one that came to mind.
Designated
I'm trying to think
Hitler.
of a monster. I mean, Jared from Subway keeps coming up on the show this week. So let's see if I can figure this out.
Well, but I'm also thinking about, just the...
Yeah, Mr. H at the 1936 Summer Olympics, writes Dave.
Jared from Subway at the Teen Choice Awards.
There you go. That's the answer. Hey, we brought him out of jail, and he is here at this specific award.
And now you're going to get slimed.
Oh, God.
That's what they do at the Teen Choice Awards. Nickelodeon does the slime.
Unbelievable.
Nick, that is so inappropriate.
So inappropriate.
That's what happens at the awards.
Well, it would apparently happen at these awards.
Watch the Teen Choice Awards.
No, why would I do that? I'm a 37-year-old man.
Exactly.
Max says Lance Armstrong presenting the Tour de France winner.
I was thinking something like
The Testicle Festival.
Michael Phelps doing something for Olympic swimming.
Staying in the political
He's not a
world,
bad
maybe
guy.
someone like
No,
Obama presenting the
awkward.
UFC heavyweight title belt.
After what happened a couple of weeks ago, definitely. Alex and Lincoln says Jared presenting an elementary spelling bee trophy.
That's worse.
Yeah.
That's worse than the Teen Choice
Man,
Awards
poor,
thing I said.
Poor Jared.
Not poor Jared.
Taking straight.
No,
today.
no, he deserves any and all strays.
Yeah, he can take every stray. In fact,
He did the worst
he should
thing.
take not strays. He should take direct attacks.
There you go. By the way, I just got
Is there sliming involved in these?
Oh, there's got to be. Severe just texted me. Is this? I mean, it's probably true. Michael's a known history buff. Columbus's sailors played a game where they would ride the horses with machetes, and whoever cut off the biggest part of the inhabitants would win.
I believe that. Columbus was
God!
a terrible person.
What a horrible guy.
Horrible guy. I'm glad that there's not a day named after him. Well, I guess they brought that back.
D'Lo says Matt Rule to the coach of the year.
Nice.
All right, speaking of the World Cup, so this was the other one that I mentioned I had in the holster about Brazil. Pedro writes, hi, guys.
All right.
Hi, Pedro.
Dumb debate question. Is there any team that is more identifiable to a sport than Brazil and soccer? You hear Brazil and only one sport do we think about?
Easy. Canada, hockey.
Easy? You're saying when you think of...
When I think of Canada and sport, hockey.
You think of that faster than Brazil and soccer?
Absolutely.
But you don't think of soccer.
I don't think of soccer.
I don't think about you at all.
You thought of England and soccer yesterday when we were watching
Yeah,
play.
what do I think of first? See, but sometimes with England, I think of bad teeth or bad food.
Mm-hmm.
You know, tea and crumpets and a...
But if you're associating a sport with a country, I don't think there's any more associatable relationship than Canada and hockey.
Yeah.
Which is ironic.
Why?
Well, I mean, how many Stanley Cups do they have?
No, they haven't won any in a while. Max says cricket in India.
Yeah, that's a big one.
John, you're often thinking about India. What do you think about cricket?
I think I kind of want to try to get into cricket.
When I think of India, I think of baklava.
Mike says Japan and
Oh, wait,
baseball.
no, that's Greek food.
Japan and baseball. They
Wow.
care about baseball.
Blew that one up.
Max says Australia and Australian rules football.
Oh, good point.
I hadn't thought about that. Dave says New Zealand and Australia.
I wonder now. You see, we're biased here because we live here, but I wonder
football in America.
I wonder if people in other countries, when they think America and sport, is it football or
baseball?
Is it baseball?
Yeah, because that's the thing that is interesting about us. A lot of sports have soccer where it's their thing, but we are the only one who has football.
I mean, we're the only country that invents all the good sports.
Is that
Football,
true? Basketball,
baseball, NASCAR.
Okay, I thought you said good sports.
I
John.
did. NASCAR.
I will not be doing sideline reporting for NASCAR anytime soon.
Well, they don't have sidelines.
What do they call it?
They kind of do.
It's called pit row. You're a pit
row reporter. Wow, Steve says Japan and baseball. A lot of people are saying
Japan loves baseball.
They do,
they
but
care
I
about it.
What about this from Delo? Scotland and golf. They invented.
I mean, that's a good one.
that.
But again, if you're talking about the first thing that comes to mind, Canada hockey.
Yeah, Michael makes the same comment I did about people in cricket taking their lives. Don't watch it, Nick. It's a depressing sport.
Football's a depressing sport. People die in football. You're not going to high road cricket and football to me.
Well, they don't die in football. They die many years after football. Of course,
True.
Everyone dies. So
yeah. There was another one. Oh, from Brian from Bellevue. Will Smith presenting Chris Rock an award.
That would be.
Remember that? That was weird.
Yeah, it was. I know what you guys are going to answer, but I'm curious anyway.
Buffalo wings.
Well, it's interesting you say that.
No way.
What food do you want to get rid of and never return?
No.
Ranch is better with wings than blue cheese.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. Is that the question? Oh, we're already done with this dumb debate. Okay.
You know what my answer is?
I know you're a blue cheese guy.
I am a blue cheese guy, but I don't.
Contrarian.
I would just prefer to have the wing. I don't need the sauce. I don't need the ranch. I don't need the blue cheese.
The ranch adds
Lemon
to
pepper
it.
wet.
It's two flavors. It's
I
an
don't
extra
need
flavor.
double the sauce. I just like the wings for the wings. I won't turn it down.
Yeah.
If it's sitting
Yeah,
there,
when we had
I'll occasionally.
when we had wings last month at Twin Peaks, you were like, "No sauce
See,
for me, please."
I don't like
didn't
saucy
either.
wings, which is why I also like having the ranch. Because I don't like my wings to be doused, so I don't like my fingers to get all saucy when I'm eating. But if
You'll
I have the
still
sauce
dip
to
it in
dip
ranch,
it in,
then you'll
because
still
my
get
hands
ranch on your hands.
No, I know how to eat. I don't get ranch on my hands when I dip wings.
Stib says blue cheese all day, baby, and then Mike says blue cheese has mold in it.
That's what blue cheese is.
That's what. I mean, you'd be surprised what's in our food.
Q from Omaha writes.
Q.
Speaking of food, each region of the U.S. is subject to a military-style food draft to take over the country. What two regions are the last standing, and who takes over the country? Regions include West, South, Midwest, and East.
Wait, what?
So, like, would Midwest?
So
like, is it food exclusive to these
the
regions?
food is taking over the country. The food style.
So the Philly cheesesteak is fighting the Chicago Italian beef?
But
Casey's Pizza's in there somewhere.
The whole region's food styles are fighting.
So it's like Runza versus Casey's Pizza?
No, those are in the same part
This
of
is
the
a very
country.
confusing question.
Yeah.
So Runza and Casey's are in the Midwest.
Right.
I understand
So they
that,
are battling
but
Philly cheesesteaks and everything else in the East.
So
is
we have
how
to
I read this
determine if a
question.
Chicago style pizza could beat the crap out of key lime pie.
No, okay, now you're thinking of who would win in a fight between a hot
That's
dog
what
and a
that's what I'm
taco
asking.
and a grilled cheese sandwich.
I need clarification on this question.
Okay, Q, you got to follow up. John doesn't like your question.
No, I don't. I mean,
he texted it.
It's a
Maybe
fascinating. I just want to know what direction we're taking. Are the foods fighting each other, or
David
are we
says
just
it's
saying?
not a confusing question. He understands what he's going for.
What is he going for then?
Who has the best food in the country?
Okay, then
you were like,
you needed to
could
say that.
Would a hot dog have a gun?
We didn't say that.
I just figured it was obvious. It was
No, it wasn't
Which part of the
obvious.
country has the best food? I knew what he was going for.
Then how come you didn't say that?
Exactly.
I was listening to you two yahoos trying to figure it out. It was funny.
Right. I knew the
You
answer the whole
didn't know
time.
it
I just
either.
wanted to see
That
if you
someone
knew.
else had to
No,
tell
of course
you.
I did. Because then I was trying to figure out which part of the country does have the best food.
Well,
I mean,
okay. So what
Southern-
are our regions?
West, South, Midwest, and East.
Well, yeah, but who's going to be in what region? Because there's some border states.
Mm-hmm.
Ohio is the Midwest for some reason.
I would say the
Exactly.
West. I'd say the West is everything like north of New Mexico and west of us.
I think
So
we
it's
need a
that
map.
part of the country.
We need to have
Okay.
a map here.
I would say the Midwest is. I mean, really, it's us all the way over to about Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
The South. I mean, the Confederacy.
I mean, I'll take us.
Really, you'd rather have the Midwest food over everything?
I think Southwest might win.
See, Southwest is it's South or West. So that's why I was trying to figure out where we need to put New Mexico.
I'm gonna have to go with the South. The South has variety, crazy variety.
Well, we have variety too because we have such a big region.
I think the South, yeah, but do we have anything like what is the Midwest known for in terms of like culinary style?
Pizza,
Like,
Chicago style pizza.
so we do have
That's
pizza.
kind of.
I
it.
love pizza. I do like pizza.
But I mean, we got that. We got the cheese curds from Wisconsin. We
Those are
got,
pretty good.
you know,
I feel like the South is going to.
we got Kansas City barbecue.
great fried chicken.
We got Nebraska beef.
But the
We
South
got
also.
Iowa corn.
The South has barbecue. They have Cajun food, a lot of French inspired food. They have Mexican food,
Yep. Fried chicken.
fried chicken.
See, I don't think anyone can claim Mexican food.
Why
except
not?
maybe Texas and New Mexico.
That's Tex-Mex.
That's
what
also
I'm
the South.
saying. You know, because there's Mexican food everywhere.
Yeah, but
I
it's
don't think
better.
I don't think there's a region of the country that can claim Mexican food.
I think so. I think it's better the further south you go.
402 says Ruben in the Midwest.
That's
By the way,
not true.
Q did follow up. Question is asking which foods can most successfully use weapons of mass destruction.
Oh.
Duh. And then he says, no, which region's food is the best? Yes, he was making fun of you.
Well, again, we still need a clarification on exactly which states or which.
Stib says Buffalo wings, Josh. Yeah, maybe I do got to pick the East.
I'm going with the South. I
do
really
love
am.
my wings. I can't believe you said Midwest, John. That's pretty wild.
Well, we got a lot of stuff.
Prison Matt.
And we
Miami
got the
has
biggest-
Cuban food.
Oh, there you go. Matt McMaster loves Cuban food.
I love a Cubano.
Not a huge fan.
Well, speaking of food,
Another food question.
it's a video daily double.
Oh.
Which one of these ice cream treats would you go for first? You have the drumstick.
Okay.
You have the ice cream sandwich. You have the crunch bar, which is basically an ice
what's
cream bar with the crispy crunchies on the outside and the chocolate.
Okay.
The strawberry shortcake bar.
No.
The fudge bar, the fudge sickle. The ice cream cone. The chocolate eclair. Or the Oreo cone.
It's an easy pick for me. I'm going with C, the crunch bar.
So for me,
This is an easy pick. Well, it wasn't an easy pick for me, but I did eventually pick the drumstick.
So
Mm.
what confuses me is, and this is a me thing, we had the Schwanzman, Mr. Schwanzman, and the Schwanz drumsticks looked like the ice cream sandwich, but it had the peanut and chocolate coating like the drumstick in this.
I've never heard of this.
It's essentially the ice cream cone in this, but I'm gonna go ice cream cone. That's fine.
Okay, ice cream cone for Nick. What did you say, John?
Drumstick.
You said the drumstick? I don't even know if I've ever had one of those.
You've never had a drumstick?
I don't think I ever have. We
Really?
didn't really have those ones growing
So
up. Yeah.
the Schwanz drumstick, like I said, it looked exactly like the ice cream cone here, except it was all peanuts. It was awesome. Peanuts and chocolate.
You've never had a drumstick?
I don't
Really
think
good.
so. Yeah. Did we have any of those at the CWS? I think we did.
Yes, we had
I
Kit
just had
Kat ones.
I just had a Snickers. I only had one ice cream, and I waited until the last day for some reason, like an idiot. Such a moron.
Though the chocolate eclair, I always loved those from the Schwans, man. Those were good.
Yeah.
Actually, I would not turn any of these down. Actually,
I don't want the strawberry garbage.
I don't want the fudge bar.
Really?
Oh, I love a good fudge
Yeah,
bar.
I mean it's simple, but it does the
It's
job.
it's too popsicle adjacent. I don't really like popsicles.
Okay.
Not really, because it's a pudding pop.
I don't like eating things. I don't like eating
him
ice
giving away an award.
Oof. I don't like eating ice cream on.
Oh yeah, Bill Cosby handing out an award at a
drug-free pledge.
No, I was thinking something else.
A roofie-free pledge.
I don't like eating ice cream off of wooden sticks. I have that thing where if I taste wood, it gives me all like goosebumps. Even thinking about it, I got all goosebumpy.
Wow, yeah, your hair is
weird.
Okay.
I hate it.
Maybe after our delicious dinner tonight, we can say, do you have any ice cream sandwiches or fudge bars for Nick Grimm?
I like sandwiches.
Okay.
Ice cream sandwiches are okay, but they're definitely last.
Here's the
this
issue.
list.
So there's a place that we go to sometimes. We actually went there with my parents when they got back in the country on Sunday. Really great place. Local, they have food, but they're mainly known for their ice cream. And they have ice cream sandwiches with actual cookies. And they're really good, but it's also cold. It's so cold that it's really hard to bite through. And so it kind of makes it not as enjoyable to eat as in theory it would be otherwise. All right, you have another one?
I can't believe you've never had a drumstick.
Yeah,
we should just get drumsticks, John.
Drumsticks are amazing.
Michael says Grimm likes the taste of wood. Ha ha ha.
No, I don't.
You don't like.
I said I don't. It gives me goosebumps.
Wood Africa, a known racist at the BET Awards. Excellent job.
No,
good job by our audience with all these award givers. From Brian in Bellevue, if you could choose to change the ending of any movie, what would it be? And then he adds, great job by all of you during the College World Series. Change the ending of a movie. What's a movie that you hate the ending and you wish it was a little bit better? This is a hard one. I've been thinking about it all day and I don't have an answer. So I'm hoping somebody can knock something loose for me. I'm trying to think of movies that truly the ending was like, wow, that sucked. And it ruined the whole movie for me.
The end of that Star Wars movie where Princess Leia didn't die and instead she did that weird like
she started flying
flyback thing.
Well, that's not the end. That happened in the middle of the movie.
Was that the middle?
Yeah. Yes.
I've only seen the movie once.
Yes, that was in the
I've
middle of
never
the
gone
movie.
back to watch it.
Last Jedi.
That was.
I think it would have been more impactful if she did. Oh no, you know what?
I agree.
I think it was the end of the movie where they're on the planet where the guy's like, it's salt. I think Rose should have died. I think that would have been a little more impactful.
Interesting. You want the Asian woman to die?
No.
Well, a
You
lot
sound
of
like
the fans of Star Wars wanted that character to die.
No, they wanted her.
Changed.
They wanted her to die for problematic reasons. I think it would have been good character development.
Maybe
for,
the fact that it wasn't a good character.
Interesting.
I think it would have been good character development for Finn.
Dave Weiss says Rose dies after the Titanic sank. What if Rose would have died? What if she would have met her maker?
Well, then how does the movie even start? Because
she's dead. That's a great point, John.
Yeah.
They find her corpse at the bottom of the ocean. Hey, look, it's a cool.
I mean, they still
necklace.
They still could have done the Titanic without the searching for the Titanic heart of the ocean angle. It just would have been the Titanic.
Justin says The Village. Do you know about the ending to The Village? Do you know what The Village
never
is?
even heard of the movie.
Village is an M. Night Shyamalan movie. Spoiler alert for a movie that's like 26 years old. The twist of The Village is that the people living in the village are not living in the 1800s, but that they are living in present day, and they're living right next to an interstate or a highway or something.
Crazy.
And somebody got hit by a car. And so that's that people. I didn't see it until years later. And yeah, I mean, that's kind of a mid twist, you know, because you're wondering what's the twist? Who's the bad guy? The bad guy is the people who ran the town.
I can't think of a movie. I mean, if I didn't like the end, I probably didn't like the whole damn thing.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a movie that I just hated the ending of it, and I can't figure it out. I'll keep thinking.
I would have to think about that for a while. For quite a while.
Yeah.
More. Well, speaking of movies,
okay.
More apathetic, fans of Husker football or fans of Marvel movies?
Oh wow, that's a great question.
That's from Husker Fast.
You know, Marvel movies are trying to run it back. They're in their Scott Frost era, so I don't know if you know what Marvel's doing. You know, they had this huge ending. It was called Endgame.
It was
2019.
Cool. Oh,
Massive.
that's right. Yeah, because
it was awesome.
Everyone in the Royal Rumble dies.
It was so cool. Tony Stark, Iron Man, died. Robert Downey Jr. played Tony Stark. Later this year, Robert Downey Jr. is going to be back playing a different character because they really want to make money again.
Oh, there is a chance we might never see his face
because he's Dr. Doom.
Dr. Doom just kind of has
he's too
the
famous.
mask.
They got to show his face. So
I mean, maybe that's why they're doing that big PR tour, so you know.
Sad. I feel like Husker fans are in a more sad state. So Husker fans, by a nose. I'm pretty out on all the Marvel stuff. I'll probably go see Spider-Man next month, but I'm not really that excited for it. Are you going to see Spider-Man?
I'm absolutely going
Spider-Man's
to.
my
It's hard for me to
favorite
answer this
superhero.
question
Me too.
because I
You
really
don't
don't.
care.
I really,
I don't care.
I don't live in the universe of Marvel movies to where, I mean, I've seen people complain. Right now, all the complaining is about the Supergirl movie, but that's a different comic
DC.
book.
Yeah.
And that's also for problematic reasons, I'm sure. I think that the last few Marvel movies have been pretty good. I think they're just starting to get some of their mojo back.
We'll see.
Thunderbolts was really good.
Didn't see it.
It's good.
I know Kugler liked it. Never saw it though. It's on Disney Plus.
I am more happy than ever that I never really got into the comic book movies.
But there were some good ones.
Yeah, there's some bangers, John.
Good ones along the way. Like, who cares? Like, it's like you watch your favorite teams. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad. You know.
Yeah,
you're not in an existential crisis when your team is bad. You're just like, hopefully, it's better the next time.
Yeah, but just the whole idea. I mean, because I've seen what's happened. With how Disney has ruined Star Wars.
Yeah.
Where you were emotionally invested in characters and in a story and in a universe, and then all of a sudden a bunch of corporate idiots come along and destroy everything.
Well, the problem with these is that they had this huge buildup, 20-something movies to Endgame, and then it's like, I mean, what do you do next? And they've been spinning their wheels ever since because they don't know how to do it. They tried to have it with new characters, and that's why they're bringing back all the old friends.
They're doing the multiverse stuff now, but I think they should have started the multiverse stuff after Endgame because I mean it's compelling, it's interesting.
Yeah,
they just kind of.
But now
they're like, you have to watch all these TV shows.
Yeah, but I'm not doing that.
It was dumb.
Yep.
WandaVision was great. I don't want a billion TV shows.
Was great.
I had to force myself to watch Falcon and Winter Soldier because I wanted to watch Thunderbolts.
Yeah. Stib says Tom Holland's Spider-Mans are pretty great, though. Yeah, I do like them. I'll probably see it.
Him and Zendaya are getting married.
I saw that. Congratulations to the happy couple.
To who?
Zendaya.
Who?
She's like the most famous actress in the world right now.
Who?
Zendaya. I don't know what to say to you, John. She's
I have
very famous.
never heard of this person. Swear
She's
to God.
Yeah, that's fine. She's in her 20s. I'm not
So
surprised.
she's
you
only
don't know.
got one name. She's like Madonna.
Yeah.
Never heard of this person.
She's great.
What movie are they in?
Euphoria. She's
Dune movies.
Real big in Euphoria, Dune.
Huh.
She got her break on Disney Channel. Some Disney Channel stuff.
She's in the Spider-Man movies. In the Spider-Man movies.
Oh. That's funny.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
Never heard of this person.
I don't think she's been in a movie that you have seen. Though there is one when it is streaming that I will probably pick for the movie club because I really want to talk about it with everybody, called The Drama, that she was in earlier this year. I'm trying to see her other movies to see if John knows any of these.
I don't think you would.
Yeah, it's Spider-Man, it's Dune. She was in a tennis movie a couple years ago called Challengers.
Oh yeah,
I never saw that one.
John might like that movie.
Oh really?
I think so. I haven't seen it, but I've heard of some scenes in that movie.
Interesting. I know what it's about. I'd be surprised if John liked it. And then a bunch of kid stuff back when she was a child actor.
Once again, these two projecting what
I'm not projecting
think
anything.
I feel.
Why does that make you
John,
so triggered?
Because you're always wrong.
I think it's fair for us to
I'm not
assume that you
triggered.
haven't watched Dune.
I'm bemused about it. I saw the original Dune.
Yeah, but the new Dune, I think it's fair for us
John
to
was
assume you
gone the
wouldn't
time
watch
I
it.
thought he did it with us when we did it with
No.
Michael, but John was gone. And
No.
the final Dune comes out this year.
The Greatest Showman.
She was in that.
Yeah, I just
musical.
Yeah,
Dude, the new Dunes are tight.
As I have gotten older,
you don't go see movies.
My interest in science fiction has diminished.
Bummer. How come?
I don't know. It just
I
has.
don't know. That could be another new site.
I don't know. Maybe part of it is the fact that Disney ruined Star Wars. I don't know. Because that's the reason why I got into science fiction was because of Star Wars.
Interesting.
So maybe the death of Star Wars has lessened my interest in science fiction.
Yeah.
I didn't hate the original Dune movie.
Yeah. I never seen the original one.
That was from
I haven't
the
either.
mid-80s.
I like the first
but
two.
that was during a period where I saw a lot of science fiction. Now I'm not into science
Dune 3, when the tickets are available, I'll be buying them really early, like I did for the Odyssey. You can make fun of me for it on the radio.
Yeah, because
Comes out at Christmas time.
Because you can get them anytime and go anytime.
I want to see it on opening night with my pal David. We're gonna go to see it on opening night. And we'll have to do
It'll
a
be
little-
the same movie the next day.
But I want to see it opening night.
It'll be the same movie the next
John,
day.
why don't you wait and watch the Rams game on Monday morning for some
Well,
reason?
that's different, dummy.
What if I get
That's a
spoiled?
live event.
Don't want to get
They're
spoiled
not
by it.
performing the movie live in front of you.
Don't want to get spoiled by it. I would hate to be scrolling Twitter and someone's like, "Oh man, did you
Well,
see
don't
the-"
scroll Twitter.
Well, that's kind of impossible for my job.
I miss when people on social media there was a universal understanding of not spoiling.
I mean,
something
I don't.
right away.
I'm fear mongering more than anything. I don't really see.
You're
spoilers
not
for stuff.
really. I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I want to see it with my friends on opening night. It's fun. I love going to movies on opening night. I'm seeing
What
the
if
Odyssey
opening
night.
what if there's a football game on opening night? What are you going to do?
Crap! It will come out on a Thursday.
No.
What's the week?
The football union's going to be out for you. You have betrayed us.
All right, let's
Hope it's a
see.
Cowboys game.
That would suck.
I agreed.
Week 15, December 17th, 49ers at Chargers.
You can't miss that game.
You love
That's
Harbaugh. That's your other team.
Against Frisco.
That's
Dune
basically your favorite football team.
Wow.
You just won't admit
Josh
it yet.
out on football.
I mean, maybe I'll go see Dune 3 on Friday instead. Maybe I'll see it on Friday. Then I'll watch 49ers Chargers.
You know what I'm going to do? Now I'm going to go watch Dune on opening night and
Spoil
spoil
it?
you the next
You
day.
jerks! Don't.
Hey, guess what happens?
Nobody do
Darth
this.
is Luke's father.
Nobody do this. Matthew says, does John have inappropriate dreams about Jar Jar Binks?
Who doesn't?
No, but I did see a bumper sticker today, and I'm trying to remember what it
says,
said.
I have inappropriate dreams about Jar Jar Binks.
No, it had. God, what was it?
Was it just saying Annie and then in parentheses in Watto's voice?
Nice.
I think it had something to do with Misa only break for Jar Jar or something. It was one of those dumb
Classic.
Awesome.
And I was like
Nick.
right behind the car. I was like, oh God.
If I get one of those, will you put it on your car?
Absolutely not, but I love the idea of it.
I'm going to go find one. What if we add a little zone logo onto it too? Jar Jar wearing a zone hat.
What if it's
1025 the zone?
Great idea. Excellent idea.
All right, that's dumb debates. Coming
Wow.
up,
Yes, it was.
we have content.
What do we have in content today, John?
Apparently there was a draft last night.
What?
Oh, damn
In
it. Do I have to go
sport?
get shipped out?
Somebody
draft
has
show.
ranked coaches.
Okay.
And if you admit that a take was wrong, do you have to apologize for it?
Whoa.
On 1620 The Zone.
I made you some
Unsportsmanlike
content.
Unsportsmanlike content.
Unsportsmanlike content.
Content.
Content that's unsportsmanlike.
Okay, what do we got?
What do we got?
Nick.
Did you guys know that the NBA draft started last night?
What?
Do you have any takes?
I guess a lot of people from college basketball got taken. Congratulations.
Yeah, do you have any takes on any of them?
Not really.
Do you think Darren Peterson's going to be good?
Where did he go?
He got drafted by the Jazz. Remember, he was the guy. You remember Darren Peterson?
Yeah, yes,
from
I know.
Kansas?
Yes, I was
Good
trying
for
to
Kansas.
think. I would have to know more about the Jazz organization to know if this is going to work.
It was
But as
like
far
a
as
really
just
weird career
where there's no
in
music.
general,
Nice reference.
I have my doubts.
Me too.
The talent certainly is there, but I don't know where the motivation is. You know, sometimes there are just some people who are so supremely talented, but yet they lack the one thing that separates the great athlete from the good athlete, and that is the inner drive.
I couldn't agree
Tom
more.
Brady was not great because he was a great physical athlete.
He's great because he
was
kisses
great.
his kids on the lips.
He was great
Come over here,
because he
son.
had elite mental acuity and drive.
I couldn't agree more. By the way, speaking of kissing his son on the lips, you remember the Stibbs promos that he made for the playoffs?
Yes.
One year, we aired those on one of the days that you were gone. We found them.
Mhm.
And by we, I mean Stibbs found them and sent them to us. Wow, they were funny. We're going to bring those back this football season.
Boston Celtics president of basketball operations Brad Stevens said Tuesday night that all-star forward Jaylen Brown remains valued by the organization. Think he'll be on the roster at the start of next season.
I think he'll be on the roster at the start of the season. I think that there will be a lot of heavy trade rumors throughout the year, if not an outright demand at some point in time by Brown. I do not think he will be on the Celtics at the start of the 27-28 season. I think that the time with him, there's a ticking clock, John, in Boston. It's a big, giant clock, and it is ticking down, and they are going to trade him eventually. It wouldn't surprise me if he's gone before the season, but I do think he will still be there.
This much I know. Big Shot Bob, a.k.a. Baylor from Southie, more valuable than Giannis because they didn't want to trade him.
Oh, wow. Good call.
That was yesterday's.
That was
yesterday's content.
Uh-huh.
Las Vegas Aces coach Becky Hammond, who said Jalen Brunson was too small to lead a team to an NBA title, said she admits she was wrong, but he proves he's an outlier so you can put his name next to Steph Curry and Isaiah Thomas. But I'm never going to apologize for having an opinion. That's what ESPN pays me for.
That's what the money is for.
Did she take her loss properly?
She's not wrong. It was an opinion. Why? First of all, it's not an opinion. It's not like, if you get an opinion from a doctor that says you got 2 months to live, and then you live for another
forever in an ocean by the sea.
Right. That might be an opinion worth apologizing for.
I mean, honestly, you'd be pretty happy though, right?
No,
Doctor's wrong.
you'd be happy, but then what if you spent your entire life savings knowing I'm not going to
that
be
I
around
would be triggered.
Exactly.
Good call, John.
There are some
I'm
opinions
going out on top.
There are some opinions you should apologize for, but this is a sports opinion. She had a take about a guy who she thought he lacked the physical traits to win a title. He ended up winning a title. Good on him.
She
But you
admitted
don't
she
have to-
was. She
but
admitted
she did admit she was wrong.
Yeah, so as long as you admit you're wrong, I don't really care what else comes after it, right? I'm never going to apologize for having an opinion. You shouldn't. I've said things that have been wrong, way less than John, but I still say things occasionally that I get wrong. Once a year, probably, is where I'm at right now. But no, as long as you own up to it. But I don't know. I'm happy. Don't be scared from having a take. Have a take, don't suck. That's what Jim Rome always says. I agree. Nick, your thoughts?
You're the Jim Rome of Omaha radio.
Interesting. Don't know if that's a compliment. I want as many vacation days as Jim Rome has. That guy has a lot of time off. Holy moly.
With the completion of the College World Series, speaking of vacation days.
No, Nick, that joke doesn't land anymore.
Who said I was talking about you?
Good call, Nick. Who are we talking about here?
The 2025-26 college sports season is over. And in the 22 sports it officially sponsors as a conference, the SEC won national championships in 13 of them. That's over half for those of you doing math at home.
Good job.
Can the Big Ten take a healthy dose of shut the hell up?
No, they can't because they won in football and men's basketball and women's basketball.
Wow. No
let
respect.
me finish.
No respect for
Wrong.
women's track and field.
I love
for
women's
rowing,
track and field. Okay, you didn't let me finish.
For men's golf.
What I was going to say is
softball.
they will not.
Josh is out on equestrian.
Well, I don't have any takes on that. I'll be honest. They won the sports that make the most money. That's all I was going to say.
You mean the sports that matter?
That's what the money is for.
Just that make the most money. I'm not going to say what does and doesn't matter. You know me. I love running, and you say track and field should be launched into the sun after the aliens land during the Brazil match later on. I disagree with you. Team.
I mean, if there's a reason why the aliens would evaporate us, they would be like, you mean people actually watch this? And then they would evaporate.
But the SEC was successful there, John, so you probably love them.
No, I don't.
Okay.
It is interesting, though. 13 out of the 22.
That's pretty wild. What is equestrian again? Is that a horse?
Yeah, that's
horses that swim.
That's the
horse stuff.
That's the horse jumping. You know, when they jump over the. I didn't realize the SEC was big into equestrian. I guess it makes sense. I mean,
there's horses in the South.
There are horses in the South.
Rise again.
Well, it's what they have instead of cars. They haven't gotten there yet.
Well, that's why they love that Pixar movie Horses. And there's some Southern Nick Grimm that loves it. It's his favorite movie of all time.
It's not my favorite movie of all time. I just said it wasn't the worst Pixar movie
and then
of
there's
all
some
time.
Southern John Bishop who also likes it, but he always defends the Big Ten in the South. It is a wild place down there.
What's the SEC equivalent of the Iowa-Wisconsin game that Southern John Bishop loves?
Oh, great question, Nick. Mississippi State Vanderbilt or something? I don't know. Some random slop no one cares about.
In his latest Instagram story on Sunday night, Brandon Ayuk yells out, "Go Commanders, go Commanders, go Commanders. Raise hail, hail, hail,
hail,
hail,
hail,
hail.
hail.
Take command." Sorry, I see raise hail and I'm like, praise Dale.
Mm-hmm.
He has his next destination in mind. Will he get traded to Washington? And what kind of player will he be if that's the end destination?
This is a very odd stance for him to just come out and be like this. I hope he stays on the Frisco roster forever with this kind of disruption.
Nice. John Lynch did say earlier this offseason he has played his last game in San Francisco.
Honestly, I think his peak has passed.
I do too. I mean, he hasn't played a whole lot. He's coming off of a couple of injuries, correct? Yeah. And this is like attitude stuff that's pretty bad.
It is.
Because he's been doing this crap for months now.
Though he would be getting away from the electrical substation. So
that's true. And famously the field in Washington, excellent to play on. So
great field to play in.
Should be just
but
fine.
He will be taking a huge downgrade in quality of competition playing against the NFC least.
Wrong. It's a tough division.
You could end up being a Hall of Famer.
Toughest division in all of the NFL this year in 2026. It's where the good teams are this year, John.
Yes. New York, Washington, and Philadelphia.
Not those teams. Not at all. Not at all.
The Athletic has continued 90s week. Today, ranking the best coaches of the decade. Did you know The Athletic was doing 90s week?
I've been loving the hell out of it.
Are you two ready for their top 5?
Yes.
Bobby Bowden.
Okay.
Bill Snyder.
Okay.
Steve Spurrier.
Okay.
Tom Osborne. And Barry Alvarez. What in the wide world of bad takes is happening here?
That is their top 5 in order. Now, look,
Unreal.
I understand that Tom Osborne did not coach every year in the decade.
It doesn't matter.
He won 3 national championships. I believe the stat was that he had the 6th most wins of any coach in that decade, even though he didn't coach in 2 seasons. He undoubtedly would have been at or near the top of that stat, and I think he could have won 1 more national championship. I am stunned that he doesn't get like extra credit for winning 3. Bowden is the only one that I would hear an argument because Bowden's teams finished inside of the top 5, actually inside of the top 4 every single year, and they won 2. But Tom won 3. I mean, but Snyder and Spurrier?
First of all,
what?
Snyder never beat Osborne, neither did Spurrier.
Correct.
And Kansas State didn't really start to turn it around until 93. So you could turn the same argument they're using against Osborne against Snyder, and that is, well, what was Kansas State before 1993? Exactly. Snyder's first 4 teams were 1-10, 5-6, 7-4, and 5-6.
Yeah.
So That is some bad
I couldn't believe
logic.
Like I'm not surprised Bowden was number one because when I opened the story, it was from Bobby Bowden to I think it was Terry Bowden, the top 25 coaches. So I was like, okay, so Bobby's going to be number one. I can't believe they put those other two, especially Spurrier. I don't get that. He won 1 title. Tom won 3. And again, he went out on top.
Crushed the crap out of Spurrier the one time they faced off.
That's pretty weak. I didn't even think about that.
That is a terrible ranking. I mean, I'm not saying Bill Snyder doesn't deserve to be that high. Or Spurrier doesn't deserve to be that
top
high.
5 coaches.
But literally, I mean, that 4-year run was the most defining run of the decade. 5-year run was the most defining run of the decade.
Yeah, for sure.
By far.
When people think 90s college football and who was successful and that we make fun of now, nobody goes, yeah, Florida State, you're living in the 90s. No, it's Nebraska because they were the best.
The College Sports Commission will not subject deals valued between $600 and $15,000 to review unless and until an athlete has exceeded $50K, it's $50,000, in associated deals in an academic year, per a memo sent to schools on Tuesday. Do you care?
No. I am so out on reading about the College Sports Commission and what deals can be reviewed and what can't be reviewed. And I don't care. I know it's tomorrow, but I don't care.
I couldn't agree with you more, John. I don't want to read any of these stories. Also, I have now stopped reading these stories.
Also, guess what?
What?
No one's enforcing these rules anyway.
Correct. So why would I
So
care?
What's the difference? It'd be like, hey, did you know now you can go 10 over the speed limit and be fine. Well, if no one's enforcing the speed limit to begin with, what difference does it make?
I love going 10 over the speed limit.
Starting Sunday and probably lasting until mid-September, hot and humid weather is back.
Folks!
Is this going to hit us badly?
Yeah, Severe texted me a little bit earlier when he left his office, and he said, my God, it's so hot out here. And what is it right now? It's 84. Like,
gross.
We got, again, this College World Series. We are going to be talking about it for years.
It's a week later next year, too.
Remember the 26 World Series? And like, no, what happened? It's like the one with the good weather. Oh, when it was always in the 70s.
When it was really nice.
When Happer did the pregame show on Sunday in a coat.
Literally the best baseball weather ever.
Seriously. We're going to be celebrating it forever. And yeah, we're about to get destroyed for it. So I hope we all enjoyed it. I know I did. Though I wish I could have read on my deck more, but I was down at the ballpark with my pals.
This is the equivalent of, the first ice storm of the year because people forget how to drive.
Yeah.
And because it's happening so much later than normal, this is going to hit really bad where people would be like, oh, God, I forgot how awful this is.
John's going to show up to work without a shirt on. It's going to be wild.
Tarps off, Bishop.
Tarps off. You're going to be waving it around?
No, I'll just be complaining a lot.
Well, I mean, that's every day. Day that ends in Y.
So enjoy these last couple of days.
Yeah.
Though Michael is already, that is the great irony of all ironies. Michael literally, some of his most formative and favorite years of his life were spent in Louisiana.
Yeah, it is.
Which we always say,
mushy.
You guys don't know humidity
mushy.
only. We know humidity. Gumbo,
That's
gumbo,
true.
gumbo. And yet he hates this weather more than I do.
Somebody I was
incredible.
around somebody at the series and they were asking them not like if they are hot right now. I think it was about Oklahoma. It's like pretty hot right now, huh? They were talking about the team. And guys were like, no, we're used to more. It's like, bro, it's not about the weather. It's about the team and how good they're playing right now. And he's like, oh yeah, they're pretty hot. Like, God, you guys are obsessed with
people are very defensive.
Oh, it's so warm.
About the only people that aren't defensive about their weather is San Diegoans because they're it's nice all the time.
Yeah, don't tell someone from Minnesota that it's cold. Oh, you don't know cold. I'll tell you cold. It's like Bastogne up there. It's a World War II reference, Nick.
I know.
You might need to know that reference when it comes to my next movie club pick.
Oh, wow. What movie is John going to pick? All 10 episodes of the Tom Hanks show?
Are we just going to watch Band of Brothers?
Hell yeah, Nick.
No.
I just watched it again.
That's a great episode. The Bastogne episode.
So
oh, man. What's his name? Gets his leg blown off? Ouch. Good show, though.
Wow, spoiler alert.
Oh, that's right. You haven't seen Band of Brothers.
Really?
I saw like the first 4 episodes. It was
You stopped right before it got good.
Yeah, seriously, it takes like that. You stopped, and then the best episodes of the show literally fall.
Maybe I'll give it another
It's way
shot.
better than the other ones.
The toughest episode to get through is the first one, and then I love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, I love it.
Did they ever do the Coast Guard version of?
Good question. I don't think so.
Not yet.
Yeah, maybe eventually.
Yep, I'm just patrolling New England here.
Tom Hanks is trying to cover all facets of war, so eventually we'll get there. Eventually we'll get that episode.
All right, coming up. What's for dinner?
Oh!
We're all going to know what, well, we're going to find out what everyone plans to order.
I can't wait.
Or will people call an audible?
Oh, boy.
We're going to pick over menus on 1620 The Zone.
When you knock us down, we're going to get up. And on the way up, we're going to bite a kneecap off.
Crust is good on your pizza, not your ass.
I will eat your ass first.
He's tough as a Woolworth steak.
And then it's going to take 2 more shots to knock us down. All right. And on the way up, we're going to take your other kneecap.
I'm ready to hang them up, gut them, and skin them, and chop them up. You know what? I'm ready. My daughters aren't starving to death. I'll eat my neighbors.
And we're going to get up, and then it's going to take 3 shots to get us down. And when we do, we're going to take another hunk out of you.
Cliff, what are you going to take away as your best memory from playing basketball at Boston College?
Probably just like going out to eat.
So tonight, the generous manager, our benefactor, is treating the crew to dinner for our work on the College World Series. We are dining at Farmer Brown's in Waterloo, beautiful Waterloo, Nebraska.
Right next to our old friends at the Doghouse.
Not right next
like
to.
Literally next door.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So the question is, what's for dinner?
I will be ordering a ribeye tonight because it's my favorite cut of meat.
I'll be doing the prime rib with a baked potato and asparagus.
I think I might do the potato and asparagus too there, Nick. That sounds like a good idea.
I might do the
fried chicken?
Filet mignon.
Ooh, say it exactly like that.
Filet mignon.
Is it rare plus where it is undercooked compared to medium rare? Like,
yes, rare plus is lower than.
You think they can do rare plus there? I've never ordered it before. I've always been afraid because it seems so snooty.
Well, of course you could.
But I just wanted a little undercooked compared to medium rare. Just a little bit. Just a little tiny bit. I'm getting closer to rare every day.
I'm gonna be medium rare forever.
Until the day you die.
I have tried some rare steak and I kind of liked it.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
What are you getting, Nick? Are you getting the 16 ounce, the 22 ounce, or the 38 ounce?
The 16 is more than enough for me.
Okay. There's all sorts of options here.
Mm-hmm.
There's some surf and turf, John, if you're interested in some crab legs.
Oh, John, are you going to get a side of spaghetti? They do that there.
Yes, I am, because that's what you do at Farmer Brown's.
Wait, are you really going to do the spaghetti?
Oh, yes.
I will not be doing the spaghetti.
Oh, yes. It's just a tiny. It's
like a tiny portion.
You're not getting a huge portion.
Tiny baby spaghetti.
It's like when you get
maybe
a tiny
baby Matt will get it. Get it, Matt? I hope you're listening right now.
Definitely have to get onion rings. The onion rings are
some
really
stuff
good.
for the table.
The onion rings there are really good.
Baymont says crazy if you go there and do not get prime rib. Is there prime rib that good?
No, it's really good.
It is really good. And there's I may call an audible.
Oh no.
It's really
I
good.
may go to the prime rib. I mean,
oh, man, the pressure is on.
In fact, I don't know if I've ever been there and not had the prime rib, which is part of the reason why I don't want to get it.
I've never been there. This is my first time.
The last time I went, I got horseradish on the prime rib. That's how I found out I like horseradish now.
Wow, how about them apples?
I'll tell you how